Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And honor to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And last night, what's the name of it? Because I found that. What's the name of that video last night where the guy was talking about the mark of the beast within like the first 30 seconds? I didn't see it. You brothers ain't seen the video yet, bro? Suspensions. I sent it out to you brothers last night, but you brothers ain't checking the chat. Your money is being reprogrammed, right?
Oh, that.
Oh, so this is Andrew Jeek, man's got some weird ass name. Andre Jeek or whatever name, right? Right? That video is going down. It's actually on the channel in the post, right? Now he basically goes into what we've been going into on the algorithms all these years. You know how we know that the script, what the scriptures say concerning the MOTB. Now the apostles were teaching about the microchip from before all this technology was ubiquitous. Yeah. You have to realize there were no, when the apostles were teaching about the implantable microchip, there weren't no ubiquitous RFID. There weren't no ubiquitous digital money and digital ID. These things are new things, infrastructures that have been come to the mainstream within the last 10 years. Apostles have been teaching this from 30 years plus beforehand. So as time has gone on, the prophecy and the understanding of the prophecy has obviously stayed the same, but the manifestation of the prophecy has become clearer and clearer. To the point now where you got this dude, Andreas, right? He normally does a lot of financial videos. We even use, I'm sure we've used his videos a couple of times. Elders have used his videos a couple of times when he's breaking down certain financial things. Right? He started off the video. Oh, there's a ancient book that spoke of a prophecy, and then he starts breaking down how all this infrastructure that's being built is it looks like it's fulfilling that prophecy, which is, we know it's talking about the mark of the beast. But what have we been saying for years? When IUCPK and all these guys have been talking about the mark of the beast as sin, we're saying, where's the infrastructure for that? We're saying the implantable RFID chip, the infrastructure to support that endeavor is being built, and we're showing you. To the point where now this whatever the hell this guy is, he's detailing it. Oh, you got digital ID, you got the AI, you got the CBDCs, the money's programmable, boom, 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 boom. Right, go on now.
This is on what you were saying about the apostles. 1 Corinthians 13 and 12. But now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known.
There you go. It's become clearer and clearer. Like, so you might hear it now and go, oh, that makes sense. But you got to remember that before, it wasn't this clear. Now you got digital, now everyone's using contactless. It wasn't so long ago, man weren't using contactless on the bus. When we were growing up, you had to pay to get change on the bus. Now, man don't know what change is. That's happened through, a short space of time, but recently. So these guys, ISCPK, that's been teaching you all this foolishness for years, man. Now you're going to start to see more and more that, yeah, these guys didn't have it, man. The Spirit of the Lord weren't with them.
Precept. Go on. 2 Peter 1 and 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well that you take heed, as unto a light shineth in a dark place, unto the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts. Known as first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Yeah, there's only one interpretation of the scriptures that's true. And we had it. We have it. And concerning the MOTB, it's clear and precise with it, not flip-flopping, no retconning. Look, the mark of the beast is implantable RFID chip. And then we even go into the MOTB, we call it the MOTB system, where we break down exactly how that system is being put together and show you all the infrastructures that have been being built separately, but it's all going to come together to make the same system. You see it there? Now you got these guys talking about it's sin. And then they're all over the place. 1 minute it's sin.
But sin is existing from the time of Adam.
It don't make no sense. Then they said, oh, the mark is not for people, it's for nations, small nations. And they start going all over the place. So now nations are going to get beheaded for not taking the tip. A nation sins? Or is it the people within the nation that sin?
That's yeah, like it's a nation of what people? It's not a nation of people.
Then it's Christianity. Then but it's not Christianity.
Then
it's
it's the white
it's an
woman,
embargo. Then it's the white woman. If you deal with the so-called white
That might
woman,
be
you've
the
got the
crazy.
mark.
There's one right there. There's one right there.
Where's the infrastructure for that? There's no
How does that work?
infrastructure for it. How does that work? No, they can't tell you how it works. Then Nate came out and said, "Oh, then man's talking about my dog got a chip, or maybe your dog can buy you some lamb." Then
Bro, and now
a radio frequency.
Yeah.
Where's my dog?
Yeah, and now he's talking about the CBDC and like no.
But we know Nate's supposed to catch up anyway. Yeah. I forgot which elder was going into it, but basically talking about how now that it's profitable to speak about it, now people want to speak about it.
Yeah.
It can't be avoided. Yeah. No, the things that are coming out, it can't be avoided.
Well, that already happened with the ISCPK. Remember them brothers, ISCPK from London. Everyone keeps talking about the chip. Ain't no mica chip. Man had to, head us. Ain't no mica chip. Because the truth came out. Like, as soon as he said that it's the RFID is only for tracking. So, brother, we're over here in London spending the RFID. What are you talking about? Every day.
First of all,
We're tapping.
how do you know that? Like the point is, a chip is a chip, and it can be programmed to do whatever.
But he said he can't. He said it ain't for that.
How do you know?
Right, he should have went on Wiki, because we did it. We went on Wikipedia,
2 seconds.
uses, and it said payment, contactless payment.
There's chips in PS5s that are not. There's chips in cars that are not. There's chips in
It's just for
phones.
tracking.
Everything can be used in a multifaceted way.
No, only for tracking. It's only to find where's my dog.
Isn't it? Just going up, going down.
But that works for the simple.
Yeah, because they sold out. Really, what it was is they sold out to teach that lie, because ICPK, and RUIC all had the same goofy breakdown. They both said it's an embargo. They both tried saying it's on nations. The scriptures don't even read like that. You know, so they're just making it up here to muddy the waters to get people away from what the truth is.
They refuse to go into the breakdown of the words.
Yeah, the
They
mark.
refuse
Yeah,
with Hebrew and all kinds of things. They're trying so much to divert. Yeah. So
they were working hard to try and now you just get random Edomites out. Oh yeah, that's
Bro,
they're talking about the mark.
remember that dude? That banker, financial guy.
Oh, we're speaking on the other day.
Werner.
Oh, okay.
Remember seeing that video with Richard Werner back in the day? He touched on the Bank of England, how they can bring out a chip. Yeah, he's just touching on finance and the like evolution of money, and then he just said, yeah, the Bank of England should try you to have a chip, and then it came out, and it wasn't even like he was going into the mark of the beast. He just mentioned the technology. I got more. It says, for the prophecy came not in the old time by the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
You know, and you know, like another scripture I'm gonna get where it says the path of the righteous sign day by day. Like as we get to the end, we become more manifest that we have the truth.
Right. Yep.
Because that's how prophecy works.
You see it. It's
just
growing. The infrastructure,
It's
like
real
the
life.
brother brought it out, man. Bro, man's in Ghana with goats coming up and down the main street, blood, and man out there with chips.
For real.
Man's got a goat herd in.
Yeah.
The chip, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The infrastructure is built up in areas that you wouldn't think.
You wouldn't think.
And again, a lot of that is thanks to China.
Yeah.
China, the manufactured this infrastructure and helped to push it through the world cheaply.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cheaply, because man don't need the high-end Apple phones to work this system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because China's in on it too. They've been manufacturing the infrastructure, pushing it out into Africa, pushing it out into all these places.
These two things, I think of the precept like a well-traveled man. That's coming to mind because if you're just in the middle of America somewhere and then you hear about Africa shithole country, this that, and the other, you can be in your mind be thinking, well, how is this MOTB infrastructure going to be a global thing, right? Because you think in your mind there's no way that they can build all of that, but it's like actually no, that system is there. Because really, when you look, we've spoken about it before, when you look at the transference of money in the modern world, in the Western world, first it has to be
Micah 2 and 1.
First, it has to be minted, or printed from these different central banks. But then it has to be loaded onto vans and then moved all around the country. That's inefficient. That's actually inefficient, and it is actually a lot cheaper for these third world countries to just go directly to digital, right? Because that way you're not having to have that actual infrastructure where you've got them armored vans, they're having to move money around and this, that, and the other.
So the roads can remain crap.
Yeah,
You've got infrastructure, though.
But that's one of the reasons China's building the roads. That's one of the reasons why the East, in terms of the MOTB system, was more developed into that system before the West, because the West had the old system that needed to be retroactively refitted for the new system. Whereas in the developing countries, they could just build it. They could build it like that because there was nothing there before. It was a hut, so they just.
So when you talk about land, it's it was like you've got greenfield projects and brownfield. Greenfield being places that have never been built on before, brownfield being places you've built on before. That's one of the reasons why, for instance, in London, like expanding the underground network is so difficult, because it's like you've got a whole load of tunnels that have been there for a long time, and then you can't have to work with what you already have. That's why you got like the central line. It's cooked. There's nothing you can do about it. It's done.
It's like that scripture speaks about putting a new cloth on an old jacket or whatever, man. Whatever it was, they don't complement each other.
Yeah.
So that's these things are easier to start from scratch than they are to retroactively do things with,
So
And this is Micah 2 from the top. It says, the subheading is woe to the oppressors. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right. Now the MOTB system isn't something that's just happening by accident. Like, man over here are doing this, man, and then it's just accidentally. No. These men already had a vision. The vision. The Most High put the spirit on these certain Edomites who have a vision of how they're going to control the world. And they had that vision, which is why certain insiders then put that vision in popular media. So that's why you got guys like Aldous Huxley and what's the other done? Who did it? 1984. George Orwell. These guys were insiders. You can go back and listen to because Brave New World. Pretty much the world is becoming like that. Though in Brave New World, no one's really got a partner. Everything's interchangeable. It's all like you could be with this person, that person, and every person. People are drugged up. That's how they're gonna be happy. The Soma. You go watch Brave New World 1984. That's pretty much what they're doing. And he said it in his speech at Berkeley. Yeah, the future of humanity is a boot on your neck forever, and they're gonna use technology and chemicals to keep people enslaved to the point they don't even know they're a slave. These things were envisioned from beforehand. But once you have the vision, you now need to do what? Psalm 64, a diligent search. Now you need to put the research in, the scientists, which the scientific community is all a bunch of occultists, to come up with the technology and develop the technology to do what they want to do. And that's what's happened. They had the vision first, because that's how technology happens. There's a vision, I want to do this. Then you go and research how to do it. So now they had to research, all these different technologies that are going to come together to culminate in a system. And how do you connect into that system? The implantable RFID chip.
Well, it's the final capstone on the pyramid. But if you look at those, who's that one that made that quote? You give me control of money, then I can't even know.
The Rothschilds. It was the Rothschilds.
Yeah. Wasn't it their father, the patriarch?
It's a Rothschild. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was going into that because, and another quote that was made that money is the blood of a site. You know what I mean? And if you can control trade, you control life. You know what I mean? And even that quote, you will own nothing and be happy. And remember what we were touching on last week, was saying a lot of those things are like already happening. Like in terms of even like
subscription services and stuff like that.
Music, cars, like even these 15 minute cities.
The bike.
Yeah, the bike.
They're everywhere now. My area. Hella convenient.
Yeah, it's like that's eventually. Remember before you even had the powerful. You know the cars,
Zip
car,
car,
zip
yeah.
car.
And they're making it more expensive to own these things.
Yeah.
Because now you got a situation where the straight, which by the way, the straight homos thing is now normalized. Yeah, I hope people have realized that they talked about it so much on and off, on and off, on and off. Now it's just off, and that's not even an issue no more. You clock that. It's not even. They're moving on to talk about other things now.
Despite the fact that
Like man's in China. Oh, they're in China, bro. The straight. Can we sort that out? Like that's actually fucking people up. Yeah. But now they're saying there's going to be a shortage of what engine oil. So guess what? Engine oil is going to start having to be controlled. So your little car that you used to commute in, you might not have engine oil for your car. That's more reason now to move on to what? Electric vehicle. Right? But they still don't want everyone to have an electric vehicle. They're going to want those things to be like how you have these electric bikes. Meaning you just roll up, you tap your ID and you have access to the car, you use it, go somewhere you're going and then just leave it. And you got your app that tells you where the nearest car is.
I think in London they're talking about an SUV tax, which a lot of them electric vehicles are going to fall into. Then as well, it's like they're more expensive, which means you're more likely like that push them in a higher band of tax and all of that sort of stuff. So it's like they're pushing you down a way where they're still going to be able to make free money off of you.
The only man that will have, they have their own car. You have to be one of them special company. You got to be in a special company where you get that special right. Like the nurses, they get their little salary sacrifice. And they're leases. They don't own them. It's leased. Again, you will own nothing. Slaki, I just wanted to...
No, that's it.
But that's how most of these... You see these aunties rolling around in the big Audis. Salary sacrifice. Them man ain't buying them brand new electric vehicles, bro.
They are 50, 60 grand cars.
Yeah. They're about salary sacrificing it all away, babe. And that's how the game's gonna be. And they show you that in the film.
The film
Soylent Green. Yeah. Where you got a certain position, then you might get a certain limit standard. And then you had with
the furniture and all that.
Yeah. So you had
I was waiting.
Tesla. What they're doing with Tesla now, they've got something called company towns, where the corporation itself has towns that if you work for the corporation, you get to live there. And there's going to be certain perks.
Well, like nurses' accommodation back over in Romford, that whole thing was built for the nurses. Hospitals nearby.
And then there'll be certain perks that come with that. That being in that part of the system.
But that was on that. That was if you look at the north. That's why in the north of England, a lot of those houses are exactly the same. Like you go to like because it was factory built exactly for what the elders going into. That idea of like, okay, we need the mine workers. They're going to be there. But of course, they need to live somewhere. The companies built the yards for them to go up and
if
live.
You become obsolete or you're fired, then
same with a salary sacrifice car. You lose your job, you lose your car.
So the same reason why these towns, certain towns called mining towns, because that's what it was built for to do. And so if it was based around that, when it's not doing that no more, it's obsolete, isn't it?
Why is that? They'll just chuck you in a normal housing, living in the hallways. Anyway, so to go back to Micah 2 and 1, remember that none of this stuff that you see happen in the world is by accident. China becoming what it was not an accident. That was a plan that they've been working hand to hand with China with. Oh, China just, they're so smart, bro. That man went over there and opened up China.
That's why the Brits went there and did
they opened it up. They said, okay, you could join the WTO. China became what it is because exactly what happened. They were able to manufacture the New World Order. The New World Order is manufactured in China.
You need a workforce.
And on that, when you look at those three East Asian countries, they're what is referred to as economic miracles, right? Basically, because you'd be like, oh, how did they get rich so quick? So because what do you call it? There's certain Koreans that I know where it's like their parents, not grandparents, their parents were so poor they were eating a spoon of rice. And then now it's what it is now. But that's because America came and it was like, look, this is what we're gonna do. Because after what Japan did, how did they become so rich? After what a bit, it's because America went in, spoke to the emperor, and was like, "All right, cool, you're gonna be a puppet. This ain't a conspiracy. This is factually it's in history. Went to the emperor. You're gonna be a puppet, and you're gonna help. You're basically gonna be the one that's gonna turn your people pro-Western, right? So he's had them there. And then as a part of that, they basically started working a lot with Japan. So that's why, like, for instance, what, I speak as a man on this next segment. That's why when I'm seeing what's happening with the Strait of Hormuz and the fact that Japan is actually very reliant on the Strait of Hormuz, I think it's like 90% of their energy. But then you look at America, rather, who owns a lot of American bonds or whatever it is, it's Japan. So if Japan's economy gets fucked, which it like,
it's all connected.
Yeah,
so then the whole thing is it's not by accident. You got these big NGOs, like for instance the Bank of or the Bank of International Settlements and all these that have been guiding everything to where it is. And all these big corporations, a lot of the technology they have comes out of what? The military industrial complex. Like Google came straight out of the CIA. This is technology like Facebook. All this stuff is stuff that was invented behind the scenes because, and by the way, the intelligence agencies are just secret societies. If you didn't know that, it's a secret agency. Yeah, and then they use these corporations as fronts, these private corporations as fronts to push that technology out, and they get favored. That's why you got Microsoft, you got IBM, you got Google, and they go out into the world working with all these different governments to push the infrastructure for control.
So if I can say a quick one,
Visa.
When you're looking at the new Android update, when I was watching it, it was basically them telling you that we've been able to scrape your entire life and put it together in a way that's convenient for you, right? When they're talking about how you can just like open a page that needs your passport, and because you've taken a photo of it, we can put in your passport details for you. They're letting you know we've been scraping and piecing every bit of data point about you, right? Which is what a lot of these AIs are actually for when they're on your phone and stuff like that. Because whereas you had two different bits of software that didn't talk to each other, the AI, is on top of it. So it's now reading your I need it. What's the new one? Phone call assist. Right, you're basically officially letting them know, like, yeah, man, listen to my conversations, translate them for them, and shit like that, right? And it's all about building and getting more and more out of you. And what's come out that people have used AIs for like legal help or whatever, but then when they've been when OpenAI and them have been subpoenaed, they've been like, oh yeah, here you go, basically showing you that anything that goes to an AI is recorded and stored for later use.
They want to be they want to be omniscient, omniscient, all seeing, the all seeing eye. So that's what they've been doing. And in the Bilderberg meeting, remember when they had the Bilderberg meeting, the head of Google went there. Then 3 months later, the article saying the future is everyone's going to have chips in their brain. Yeah, because these guys they all know what the agenda is. All these guys in Silicon Valley, a bunch of witches and warlocks, they know what the game is, and they already know. We'll pick you to be the head of this next company that we're gonna put some CIA money into start up, and don't worry, you're gonna be big. Out of nowhere, like what's it called? What's this other Palantir?
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, man. And then we'll come up with a bullshit story about how you invented it, like Elon. Oh yeah. Some bullshit story. Yeah, you get to be the CEO, but really you're just a front man for something that was a bigger mechanism that's been operating.
Ezekiel 28:2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, which modern day prince of Tyrus will be this Edomite, says, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Right, so Esau's trying to be omniscient, man. That you got those different description that they say that they the attributes of the Most High, omniscient, omnipotent.
Well, they show you that in a lot of their movies. They portray the AI as a godlike being, a being that sees, that can control things, that can predict things. Like if you go watch Person of Interest. If you go watch that, it was a good series, by the way. Person of Interest. They put the Tetragrammaton as the title for one of the last 2 episodes, and they had the 2 AIs, and the 2 AIs had prophets. Like the AI would pick someone that would be like their physical representation, their spokesperson, and the prophet in it. This one girl, she was the prophet, and she was like untouchable because like the machine was just working with her. Shit could just happen. Like the machine wanted someone to have a heart attack, it would do all the calculations and set it up. Oh, this guy I need this guy to kill that guy. I already know everything about his life, so I know the triggers. And there was a trigger man to do some foolishness there because he has the knowledge that, you know, because there's people out there, yeah, that you could.
They're on the edge.
They're on the edge, blood. and they already know. And this is where you get the psychological, all this psychological experimentation. So they can manipulate people.
Well, remember those there was a rise when AI or chat was getting popular of people being convinced to commit suicide.
Yep.
Like there was one child that got asked it. Basically, the AI was basically like I want you here with me. Go and join the cloud.
But AI is either dead or alive.
They already know how to push people based upon their makeup, everything that they know about you. They could push you and so. But guess what? Again, they're trying to be like the Most High. Because ultimately, that's what the Most High does. Yeah. When you're sleeping, the Most High will put things in you to get you to do. So that okay, like we can have MK Ultra and we can have guys go and do things and mind control them. Yeah. Esau thinks he's on that level.
Cambridge Analytica was an example of that. Don't suppose we remember, but basically, which I know someone that knew a lot more about it, and basically, he was like, what he heard was it was so effective that they shut it down. You know, because basically, it's like that's how they're able to like what we see with the quote unquote rise of the far right. It's sort of like people are, oh my god, how's it risen? It's like no, because they knew all of the push points,
mass media,
the mass media, the triggers, the bots online.
That's why immigration has to be such a massive thing right now. Because you trigger these low IQ Baconites to bug out.
They know how to trigger Jake. They know how to trigger people. Yeah, go on.
So we go for Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold,
we just read
verse 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, verse 2. Yeah.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
They've done a lot of research, even if you're talking about from way back when Wundt and all these guys, these psychologists, like they looked into the mind of people. The MK Ultra program. That's why people are looking at these damn celebrities and think, bro, these celebrities, bro, they're some of the most manufactured, controlled people ever. Like, there's nothing about their life you should believe. There's nothing about their character you should believe. They were already MK Ultraing people 50 years ago. So how much more think about it. Like, you've got people that are grown, that you see on TV now, that they've been on the mind control from they were born. They're like 30 years now. They were doing this stuff from 50 years ago.
All up in the Disney show.
Yeah, they're all fucking mind controlled and you're all getting caught up in their fucking relationships. Like it's real. They already got a massive program out there to manipulate people's minds, man. With drugs, LSD, they were doing all that, man. This man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they're pushing people's buttons, pushing their buttons. Because ultimately what they want is for people to take that trip. And they're guiding people towards that.
Yep.
They're the ones pushing out, oh, the old system don't work. The old system's unfair. And the people don't know that they're being manipulated to get ready to accept a new system that's fair, that's equal. Otherwise, they wouldn't have man out there on the TV telling you how unfair the bank. Now everybody knows how fucked up the banking system is. Why do you think that is? Because they want you to know, yeah, the old system is unfair. It doesn't work. It's corrupt. But we got this new system. It's all above board. Yeah, but it's also complete control.
And you don't need anything. We can provide everything on a temporary kind of basis.
Those rich people are bad. Yeah. You need to tax them.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you got Gary Economics all over the place talking about taxing all the rich people and the rich people are the problem. Yeah, get those rich people. Yeah, that's fine. And they will. That's why the scripture says rich and poor. It said it like. So when they're going to be like, yeah, get the rich people. Yeah, you got to take one too. Now everyone's got the chip. Now, because it doesn't matter who's rich and poor, whoever controls the system is really rich. Because now you have access to control the administration of all the resources, which is really what it's all about.
It's like, the Baconites. I was like, yeah, man, you need to be tough on those immigrants. I was like, oh, yeah, we've got a digital ID. I was like, no, not like that. Not like that.
We weren't prepared to make the step.
Exactly.
Oh, the government's not doing anything to help. Yeah, and they will when they give you this chip.
Yeah.
But
they take away all your liberty.
And precept finish it up.
You finished, you Michael?
Still got Micah.
Let me finish Micah.
Back in Micah 2, I'll start from the top again. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed.
Right, so the mark of the beast is evil on so many levels. First of all, you're not supposed to audit, do a census of all the people. And the MOTB system is a system of ultimate censorship.
Yeah.
It's wickedness because really, you're not meant. No man is supposed to own everything on the earth. The Lord set up different peoples, different inheritances, different autonomies over different things. But you know what I'm saying? Like a man and his wife, that's got nothing to do with you outside of the law. But a man's wife is his wife, so I can't go and sleep with his wife because that's his property. There's certain things in the law that it allows for a man to have a certain amount of an autonomy about what he's, a certain independence of what he's doing, because that's given by the Most High. Right? The Lord gave certain nations their inheritances, and they're going to have their inheritances in the kingdom. It's not like the Lord said, oh, Israel is like, we're overlords. But even within that, other people have things. Yeah, that's yours, but we're a lord over you. But that's yours. You know what I'm saying? But Esau said, nah, fuck that. I am the Lord. The Bible says the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. Esau's like, nah, I'm going to own everything. You are not going to have no inheritance in the earth.
It's not Esau's position to do that. You know, it's not.
And you're going to get what I ration out to you on a daily basis. He's like, what?
Yeah.
You got it?
Oh, you want to? Okay.
I thought you was getting it.
No, I was trying to find it, but I think the wording.
Going to go into one.
Yeah. And guess what?
That was a miniature system.
Yeah. And guess what? Yeah, it's poetic. The Most High is a poet. Yeah, because the man that wants it all is going to be the man that ends up with nothing. You gotta love that.
Justice.
Talk about the census, and one of the things I always think of in the MOTB infrastructure is the Georgia Guidestone, where it says maintain humanity for high, low. So they gonna know.
Balance with nature.
They gonna know. They gonna know. Oh,
What's
5
one of the
billion and
problems
one,
they've
someone's
created?
gonna die.
One of the problems they've created here is they've taken away the order when it comes to sex and families and peoples. So they've destroyed, men and women are destroyed. The manosphere feminism is completely that men and women can't get along. On the internet especially. And the internet is where we're gonna be living. So it's cooks. Right? So then now you got a situation where the youths are cooks. And most people actually think children are a bad thing.
Well,
bro, I'm gonna say most people, a significant amount of people, let's put it that, think children are a bad thing. And they're looking at anyone that has a lot of children as you're a bad person. Remember, they already ran the propaganda. That's a welfare mom, or you shouldn't have all these children if this, that, and the other. And they've given these women license to go and have children willy-nilly. And now people see that as a problem. So now they can step in and say, you know what, right? Brave New World. You're only going to be able to have a child if it's permissioned. Other than that, you'll be on birth control.
Well, it has to be for permission anyway because Esau's making you infertile.
There you go.
And he can make him in the lab, right? So you're gonna have to have those credentials to go get one.
And now there's movies.
Do the baby.
That show. There's plenty of
that thing.
The woman from that Black
Starship Troopers. Well, here we go. You got in Starship Troopers. The reason they joined the army to fight the bugs was that you could only have children if you did military service. The movie The Fortress. The whole reason why he was put in the fortress with his wife was because she was pregnant, and they tried to escape the border across America, and they caught them because you're not allowed to be pregnant unless the government allow you to. There's plenty. They were already predictive programming putting that into the air because they want to control that. That's how you maintain the population at 500 by controlling the resources and controlling reproduction. Which let the Lord be in control of that.
Well, Mr. Gates spoke about that with his whole program, the African thing. So
family planning.
That's obviously that's what these elites talk about in their Bilderberg meetings and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
obviously. But when you look at the birth rates across the world, and you're seeing how bad it is, like you would when you read Genesis, it speaks about be fruitful and multiply. You would think that this would actually be an existential crisis. You would think that would be like, nah, you know what? Everyone down tools, get a bedroom, like, and get it down. Because when you look at like replacement rate, you have a lot of nations that are below replacement rate. Then when you look at nations that appear to be at or above replacement rate, really it's immigrants. Like when you look at England, England's actually got a bad birth rate. You just got a lot of immigrants in England.
And then guess what? Once they're here for like more than one generation, they too have a low birth rate.
Exactly.
Because it's a mental disease. You be at work and man go, yeah, there's too many people.
Oh,
I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Get some education. Do you know how big the earth is? There's not too many people on earth. But that's the propaganda that you've learned from a child watching movies and watching TV and oh mate, yeah, England's overpopulated, right? Because you live in East Ham and there's bare man on the train. Bro, like what are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
Sit on a train up England.
Meanwhile, the WWF Worldwide Fund is buying up all this fucking land everywhere and calling it nature conservation. We need to preserve nature. Motherfucker, we are nature. Demon? We are nature, bro. Free up the land.
Have that precept.
Yeah, get that precept. Then we get that. No.
Psalms 24 verse 1, the Psalm of David. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and all they that dwell therein.
Everything belongs to the Most High. Now, the Most High is going to place Israel as rulers and stewards over the earth. But not in the way Esau, like Esau's thing is, it's too much, man. Who do you think you are? The Most High is still the one, and that keeps you humble. Esau just wants to say, like, I own everything belongs to me.
That's what I was saying the other week, man. It's like, what Esau wants is the Most High's power, right? But how Esau wants to use that power is way more invasive than how the Most High uses his power. Because he controls everything, but he's like, you still got the mindset of that you're free to do
liberty.
Yeah. But Esau don't even have that. He don't need to think nothing. He don't need to, he wants to control every element of what you do.
I mean, because the Lord's power is like, it's blind, it can't be matched.
Micromanagement.
Yeah.
Esau wants to micromanage people. Most I don't micromanage.
And then when you break it down, right, it's arrogance. Because to think that you could create a system to manage this, bro,
a system built on a system that already exists.
Yeah, it's arrogance, bro. The Lord said it, and the Lord said even the hairs on our head are numbered. Yeah. But you think, okay, if I build a big enough computer, I can. Bro, what is it?
You know how crazy that is? A sparrow don't drop unless the Lord says. So, like, those birds are perked up and dipped.
It's all part of the simulation.
It's like, we can't just stop. Like, just what they say, don't go in your corner and make it.
It's arrogance. To think you can match the Most High. It's arrogant, but the Lord gave him that arrogance, and that's what he don't understand. Is the Lord is the one that really he's part of the simulation. The Lord put that in you to do these things, so to just show that you're a fool.
Make Esau think he can do it better.
But have you ever seen them lines when it's like two different bodies of water meet, and it's like salt water and fresh water, and it's just a line, bro. The line, like the waters don't mix, they don't cross, or like even how like he speaks about how the seashore boundaries. Like, even if the waters overflow, it's always going to come back to the level. Like,
bro, the fact you gotta suck up all the water and suck up all the energy just to try and run the simulations. Just shows you, bro. Just chill.
The whole neighborhood.
Just chill. You gotta build a planet-sized computer to flipping try and control the planet. Bro, just chill. Eat some mango. What did it say? Chop and chicken and chop, like, what's wrong with you? Chicken and chop, bro.
I've got some info after you.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. See, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right. When we came out of Egypt, the Lord specifically told us, that's their man's land. Don't take it. Everyone had their own land that the Lord gave them, but Esau, Edom, he wants everything for himself. He wants to create a situation where you have no nationality. That's what this whole thing is all about. There'll be you really ain't got no nationality. You're just a number, a corporate number, and you get what you're given. And he just overlording it, turned himself into a robot with 10 dicks or something, with 10 dildo attachments. You know, Esau's just he's just a demon, man.
Yep.
That's got a dildo on his head.
It's a little different. Can I grab this real quick? Some information. So it says what countries are below replacement rate? Right. So a country's below replacement rate when its total fertility rate (TFR) falls below 2.1 children per woman, which is the average needed for a generation to exactly replace itself. Globally, over half of all countries, more than 130 nations, are now below this threshold. Nearly all developed nations fall into this category. Right, developed, but you forgot how to have sex. Okay, it says including the entire European Union, the United States, Australia, and Japan. Some regions have plummeted far below the 2.1 threshold, reaching extreme lows. Then I followed up further. It
And
talks
you know all that comes back to? Yeah, a culture of individualism.
Mhm.
You can't have a family if your whole mindset is geared towards individualism. Man's just sitting there. The reason why a lot of these young people now, they got the money to have youths, some of them. But at the end of the day, you can't have them youths and go IB for 5 times a year.
Yeah.
You can't have them
like
youths
to
and
do
live.
what?
But you see,
To have a sambuca.
and your
Yeah.
and your urge to do that is
Yeah, but
literally
like a
coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So the urge to do that is coming from where?
From lust.
From the social media.
Social media.
It's the cultural thing. It's something that, as you're growing
Why?
up, this has been put to you as this is the only life to live, and this is the only way you're going to get enjoyment out of life. And if you do not live that life, you're in misery. So you need to dedicate yourself to that life. So when you're saying like, well, if I have kids, I can't have that life because kids cost a lot of money. It's an investment. So all of a sudden, it's like, I need to live my life. You know what I mean? I need to go travel in the world. Now, it wasn't so long ago. Can I say this one point? Because this holiday thing, yeah, which, listen, brothers go, we take the woman out on a little trip to Paris or whatever and that thing. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. But I sometimes have to tell my woman, you need to take things into perspective. If you go back not so long ago, traveling was reserved for dignitaries and merchants.
Yeah.
And the only other people that would actually leave where they are was economic migrants. In terms of a leisurely trip somewhere, that was unheard of. You go back even to, I believe it's like the 50s or something like that, or the 40s, 50s. Even in the UK, you had internal holiday making that was reserved. Places like Brighton, that's talking about the rich. The rich Edomites would go to these fancy hotels for retreats that were, I think they were even being, what's the word? Prescribed by doctors. Oh yeah, go for this retreat. And they would go. It wasn't until later on when you had the new booze, the middle class being built, they started saying, okay, these people could start going to these seaside towns. And then the man was like, oh, we got these planes. If we make the flights cheap enough, now everyone can go. So you can just jump on a plane and you can go to Spain for 2 weeks, yeah? But you're like Bob from Dagenham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As I always say, England, it's cheaper to leave England than it is to travel.
But that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's not normal. If you go back 100 years, most people did not leave the town, and you'd be lucky if they would go down to the next city. You kind of just learned to be where you are, so you made where you are nice, and you enjoyed the local area. And it was very rare that people would have to go. But now you can't. You're not living no life unless you're jet setting to Dubai, jet setting into Thailand. Oh, I just want to travel. And they think this is just how life always will be. And if you can't do that, your life means nothing. Well, guess what? You can't do all that and have 3, 4 kids, bro. You know what I mean? When you start adding kids onto the flights, like,
I have some information again.
It's scary.
But because basically, like in the UK, basically during the 30s to the 50s, a lot of areas in the UK had something called Lidos. Like
yeah.
Lidos, and those were inspired by holiday destinations in like Venice and like popular things in the UK. And a big thing that we used to have a lot in the UK was public pools, like outdoor ones. There was because basically it wasn't a common thing for people to travel a lot, so people would home inspire things based on holiday destinations.
Not long ago.
Yeah, but there were many parts in the UK that were public pools where a lot of families could gather and shit and tan. You know what I mean? Like But what's that designer, man? Chanel #5 or Coco Chanel? Yeah. Basically, so there was a whole thing when they saw her on the beach, the tan or whatever, and then it started a tan craze in the UK, where like a lot of people were tan, so people would like start wearing bikinis and stuff and go to the public pool at the time to copy what they saw.
History, right?
You know what I'm saying?
History, yeah.
But let's go into it.
This is
Idol.
history of Lidos in the UK. So the golden age of Lidos in the UK was in the 1930s when outdoor swimming became popular, and 169 were built across the UK as
169.
recreational facilities by local councils. Many Lidos closed when foreign holidays became less expensive, but those that remain have a dedicated following. The name Lido originated from Lido di Venezia.
There's one up
Which is based on Venice.
north, not Wembley, like
Yeah.
round where Ruislip,
Yeah.
when Ruislip, is it
Yeah.
can't pronounce Ruislip or Ruislip? There's a Lido up there that I went to one time. Oh, is that what that is? That was a Lido from old Lido. Okay,
That's why I like.
now it's a water park, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
There's a water park there,
Was it? Maybe the time.
but that's new. So the before your man before there was a Lido
way
there.
before. That was
Yeah.
Grills and
Yeah.
all there.
Now man just go to Dubai, but then,
Yeah.
now you demand it.
Yeah.
Now your whole life is based around that I must go on this holiday, and then the gal are on the social media,
Yeah.
so that becomes ingrained into this is what life should be. And if you're not going on these holidays, then you're cooked.
Yeah, there's a
You know,
question you always get asked the middle class circle. Oh, which dog take some time? Oh, where you going?
Yeah.
Always where you
If you
going.
got annual leave, where you going?
Yeah.
It's my yard, bro. I'm broke. Yeah, man. And then so if you're just a normal, now it's getting more expensive to do all that. Yeah, of course you sacrifice kids to be able to do that, because if you're not doing it, the system, the culture makes you feel like you're missing out and you're lesser than. The FOMO's crazy, but this is by design. So that all of that is the reason why a lot of these people, they say they can't afford kids. What they're really saying is, I can't afford my Kim Kardashian lifestyle if I have kids. I have to choose one.
Compromise my lifestyle.
Because I'm not a millionaire like the Kardashians. They could take their kids. I can't take these motherfuckers, man. It's adding another $2,000 onto the mission, man.
And I bought it for 9 months.
How am I going to do the excursions if I take my kids, man? That's the excursion money gone. It's real. It's real. That's part of the reason why a lot of these people are not having kids, because kids cost so much, that it takes away from your ability to live that social media lifestyle that has been pushed for you.
Can I just finish off this bit of information about the show? So then I followed up and I said, theoretically, how many years do these countries have if nothing changes? Right? So theoretically, a country with a fertility rate below 2.1 would never completely disappear to zero because the decline follows exponential curve. However, it goes and says, in practical terms of economic and societal survival, a country has about 50 to 100 years, 2 to 4 generations. Then it gives a list. It says, so it says country and then years until generation half. So country South Korea has 20 years until the generation halves. China, Spain, and Italy has 38 years. United Kingdom has 63 years, and the US has 88 years. So basically, obviously we know that the Lord's going to come back. We're going to be out here soon. But when you're hearing those numbers, when you're hearing no more authentic pastor in 40 years, you'll be, just over 40 years, you would think that you would put more effort into things to basically change that. Right? But what does it prove? It proves that, as the scripture says, that this man is as death. You don't want people having children. Right?
Children are demonized.
Yeah. What's one of the things I know from Professor Zhang pseudo Professor Zhang says
you don't say Professor Griff is pseudo.
Yeah.
You didn't say Dr. Dre, pseudo Dr. Dre.
But basically one of the things he said is without modern fertilizer, you can't support 8 billion. You can only support 2. So what are they telling?
It's about to be a culling. Hey, we was gonna go into it, but they're already pre setting up the whole thing of eating less, starving yourself, because the whole obesity thing got out of control. So now they can come back and they said, "Oh no, we need to control this." Problem, reaction, solution. Where was we in the scriptures? You read that. We still have Micah 2 and 1.
Still more. I had a precept.
Yeah, go on. The precept.
This is,
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, like, it's by design. It's a culture design. They've affected these cat people. Now all these people are cat people because it's cheaper to have your cats. You should just have one cat. And it's bare cat people.
Some people turn themselves into cat.
Yeah.
Pay taxes.
Oh, I'm seeing people cut their tongue now. Half and shit. It's like, fucking
Cat ladies are out here. They got no kids, man, and it's mad. And there's a lot of people out there. They've made it hard for you to have kids. The childcare payments. Yeah, having a kid now, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's darkness and sorrow, bro. It is darkness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, it drains your soul having kids. I'm not even gonna lie, and it's true. That's why you get people on the internet crying about having kids and is a work because this is a lot. But that's because the society isn't geared to supporting people that's got kids.
You can't invest the time.
Yeah, penalized.
Yeah. Society appeals to people that live a frivolous lifestyle without kids. That's where you're winning.
Yeah.
The man that's winning in life, the man that's got a good job, the gal that's got a good job, and she got no kids.
They're just on pills.
And it's on pill, and then they just go in where they want, when they want. They're flying out here, there, and everywhere. They do what they want, and then they're living.
And guess what? Both of them are trying to take the mark of the beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you got kids or want that lifestyle, because you're going to fight to keep both.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of Brits took the jab.
Yeah, so they could fly out.
They knew, like, that's these elites. No, we referenced it or read Psalm 64, that diligent search.
Yeah.
Each nation had different things that they did to push the jab. America, where your healthcare and your healthcare is a big thing in America, is tied to your job. People didn't want to lose their job. They took the jab. They kept the Brits locked up for 6 months, and then they said, "Look, you want to go out? If you're going to take this jab."
And then another thing you have to realize with the kids now as well, right? Pre this, you got the kids and the whole traveling thing, the school. They made it where you can't take your kids out of school to go. Because it used to be that you could take your kids out of school at any time, which made it economical. So you can now go when the tickets are cheap and it's not busy. Now when they started doing it, like turning it into an offense, you have to take your kids out in the summer during that 6 weeks. So straight away the prices are tripled. The price is triple. An offense. Yeah, you can't take your kids out of school for holiday. You can't. It's an offense if you do that. Yeah, and you get fined on top of that. Yeah, which you might just charge it if you ask me. Yeah,
Probably less than triple the ticket.
yeah. So imagine now. Think about what they do to people. You work because that's how the society is. You're working, your woman's working. You don't ever see her. You're gonna be fighting because you're both just tired. Yeah, this is long. Yeah, and you're saving up. Yeah, to go on this fucking holiday because it's gonna cost you more money. You have to save up triple because you need to take your kids. Yeah, so it's gonna cost you triple to go Disneyland or wherever you want to go. Not only that, right? But the whole thing is gonna be stressed because the airport's gonna be packed, the plane's packed. You get to the resort's packed. You go to, you gonna have to stand by that fucking slide with this fucking kid, yeah, in a line to get to the top of this slide with about fucking 300 kids ahead of you to go down the slide once, yeah. Only they're gonna be crying all the way there waiting, yeah, to go down this slide once to get in the line and wait another fucking 45 minutes to do the slide again. This is the life and this is what you're gonna pay for. So you're gonna be stressed on this holiday. Yeah, and remember that the holiday was for you to de-stress, but you're gonna be stressed, bro. Because trust me. And then so again, the pressure's like fuck all that. People are like fuck all that. I don't have kids. This is long. You're making me pay more money to do anything, and I'm not getting nothing out of it. Now me, when my kids used to be homeschooled, I could go if I'm going on holiday. When I went, there was no one. You know what I'm saying? So when I went Butlins, man was going up and down the fucking slide. And then I remember when I was there, bro, there's no one there. There was like 3 people in the line. So I'm going up the slide with my daughter. We're waiting. Going down the slide. Hey, go down, come back up, yeah? As you're going up the slide, right? Bro, the slide's like 3 stories high, yeah? And it'll be like 40-minute wait. And you're like, what? 30-minute wait. I'm going up the stairs, like, and I'm thinking, wait. When this place is in the summer, you telling me, man, I'm waiting for 40 minutes to go down once? Bro, with my toddler?
The hell is that?
Bro, this is going to be crying going on, man. This is what people are putting up with, man. This is demonic society. Why not have it where you could take your kids out at any time of the year. That way the prices would level out. They don't want to do that. It's a scam. The whole thing is, fuck it, so man. Go
Quick
on,
one. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
all of this stuff is wicked. The whole idea of the MOTV, everything about it is wicked. Even to the fact that they want to keep the children of Israel in perpetual slavery is wicked. Removing your neighbor's landmark is wicked. The unjust balances and the whole thing, everything about it is wicked. We'll finish off Micah 2:1, and I know Bob's had other precepts, and you got your thing you want to bring up. But the whole idea of the New World Order is wicked. It's just wickedness. No, there's no other way to. Then it's not no good. You're not trying to save humanity. No, it's all based upon Esau's pride and his lust for power and control, and his arrogance that he could replace the Most High and he could go against the Most High's judgment. He's like, it don't matter what the Most High said. I can rule this thing forever. What? Goofy.
Back in Micah 2. So, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
They have the money, not only the money, it's not just about the money. They got the money and the influence. Because they control politicians, they control all the levels of authority. So they can actually make changes. When you control the media and you control venture capital and you control all these things, you can have one technology not get pushed and another technology get pushed. You can have a culture get pushed where a whole generation of people's mindset gets changed.
Same with education.
Same with education. So like we're talking about people just, man's woman, you come home and your woman's just getting on you because you ain't gone on a holiday. And it's like, where the fuck is this holiday to? It's like, because that all comes from the media.
We didn't buy a diamond.
Nagging you, bro.
Everything they see is geared towards this is what you should be doing and this is what you need to be doing. But that's not by accident. That's a culture thing.
And it's like one of the things that annoys me about like people that do that perpetually. It's like you see, been 40 countries. It's like, no, you step foot in 40 countries. You don't know anything about the local people.
Yeah.
I've witnessed it, bro. I've witnessed it where it's just like, cool, these are the 5 places where you've got to go. And it's like, okay, cool, quick picture for the gram. And then it's like, okay.
It's almost like the place doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
And then you get the tourist trap thing.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Venice, it was all the same shots in a row.
Venice.
The day trip. I went Rome and then I bought.
I'm saying that, but there's brothers from Venice.
Yeah, but Venice was a tourist trap to the most part.
Yeah.
You know, the heart of the city, when you go there, no one that used to live in Venice lives in it no more. They can't afford to because BAM came in and bought up all the houses for hotels. So everyone that's there in Venice that works there don't live there no more. There's no real heart to Venice. They all live outside of Venice and they drive into Venice to work. So it's all tourists and then the same 3 shops on repeat with the same things. Like people don't live there. So it's not got that experience of when if you went there like 70 years ago, it was actually Venice.
And once again, when people do go to these places, they just go to the places that they're told to go, which will be these tourist traps. It's like they don't go and like once again you spend time with the locals, you understand, okay, what is life you like here? Because hell, exactly.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day. So they've created this tourism culture.
You're doing the same thing,
which a lot of places, tourism keeps people alive, but it's not helping them. Like Jamaica, tourism, there's certain men that get to work in the hotels, but they don't own the hotels. The hotels are owned by Edomites here in the UK and in America.
Just like the beaches.
The beaches.
A lot of the locals don't even go to the beaches for tourists.
So instead of Jamaica's industry being based upon making things and something that might benefit the Jamaican people, tourism itself doesn't necessarily benefit the people as much as what people think it does. But guess what? You're becoming dependent on it now. Now, what's going to happen now with the jet fuel and all that? All these places that all of a sudden were dependent on all these people being able to come there, they ain't coming there no more. They're going to end up like South End. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start seeing
Derelict.
that. Like a lot of tourist
Happened
destinations,
already.
real quick, are gonna start dying, bro.
Interesting because you know why I say that? Because I actually saw a YouTuber right there. He basically traveled to the conflict or problematic
Yeah, I
zone.
saw about that.
The
Yeah,
day
yeah.
after the conflict.
Yeah.
So like, let's say
That's a Jake.
like I hear it because he was like he went to Turkey after they had
Earthquake.
the earthquake. He's like, yeah, it's been 100%. I was like, you know what, I hear it. He said like he said, you know, they
Man
went
got
to
Gaza.
no, I think he does stuff like that. He said, you know, when they go to places when it happens, there's no line. Like you know, there's nothing like it's the 40-minute wait. I said, I hear it.
So now you're gonna have that situation
Like,
where
book a ticket for 9/11.
tourism is about to die because they don't want people doing that anyway. They want you on the VR. The VR thing is gonna be the new thing. Your holiday now is gonna be if you're a good slave and you get to go home
You get an hour.
and you get an hour in some made up place in Mars. So for recall, that's what it's gonna be. You're gonna be on a holiday in the VR. You're gonna get a hot babe. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then a robot might come and wank you off while you're in the VR, man. You know what I mean?
Because Arnold was on a vacation, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's why he went to the Mars.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be because they're about to do away with that whole traveling and doing all that stuff because that was a temporary thing that they brought in. The only people that's gonna be traveling throughout the world are the super elites.
So the proof of that is in France you've got a law in France that says if you can go somewhere in under 2 hours by train, there will be no flight. So for instance, technically speaking, up for that for us here, that will be let's say London to Manning, right? They'll basically block that flight unless it's a private jet. Private jets can do that journey. It's under 2 hours. You can't.
So the world's already changing.
Yeah.
The world is, and that means the Airbnbers, they're cool.
But because Airbnb, they ruined a whole load of cities. It's like you have a lot of places that have a housing shortage explicitly because of Airbnb, right? So that's why, for instance, in London, you've got the 90-day rule or something like that. You can't let out your property for more than 90 days in a year. Other countries, it's similar. You can't let out certain properties of a certain designation because it, like, once again, people are like, "Oh, we can't live here anymore."
Even the cruises are getting demonized, right? Yeah, you could the Hanta virus, and cruises is like where all the old people go. Saying like they're the only ones that can afford a cruise. Really, a proper cruise anyway. They got them little cheap ones.
Take better time to save up.
Innit?
That's old.
People spend the whole
10 grand.
Yeah, people spend the whole working life. So like that's their final goal.
Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
You see they're going to do the they're going to do the slave run and then come back and lecture you. Oh yeah, I went to Ghana and you know it's terrible what happened there. You know what I mean? Like we was in Ghana and then we went all the way over. Where we go, love? Jamaica. Yeah, they showed you. You know where the terrible that was.
Even that thing. What's that thing? Where they got the pole and they go. Limbo.
You know how many Edomites have lectured me about the fucking apart? Like, I wasn't even joking.
Been there.
Yeah, we was on a cruise and it went the same route. Except, bro. Disrespectful.
You're gonna find it.
We're gonna go on. We're gonna put you on a real Caribbean cruise, man.
I got something. Isaiah 24 from 7 says, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of Taberah ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth."
Like you know the whole bar clubbing industry. Like Shoreditch is done. Like
people are broke. People. That's another reason they can't have kids because they're barely managing to live. It used to be the young people could just load up on credit, and go and do madness. Now it's like, go Tesco, get a few beers, and go on COD, and just chat with man there, because it's peak to go out. Pints are like £10. Man ain't got the peace.
And the thing is, there's a whole economy built. But there's a whole economy built off of that. Because if you think if people aren't going out, guess what? People aren't taking Uber. The kebab shop ain't getting any. I spoke to an Uber driver. He was like, right.
Not to do virtual parties.
Well, that's what they did in COVID.
Yeah.
Do you remember they had they'll have like a silent ring Niggas skanking in
Telling them why.
headphones. Niggas skanking in headphones.
That's got a VR booty.
Yeah, like niggas.
Metal booty.
Yeah. Ah, you know what I mean?
Well, live
It's got a
streaming.
triangle booty.
Oh, innit?
Hexagon, you know the hexagon.
Because,
That's why live streaming's big now.
yeah,
Live streaming, oh bro, these men love the fucking kick streams and all
yeah.
that, man.
Bro, remember
That's the new thing.
He's the same man in COVID. They had the festivals where they have a table and a platform where you just sat on a platform looking at the stage. No one can interact with each other.
Crazy.
But like we're saying, all this stuff, like these companies that come out of nowhere, they get the funding, they get the push, they get the government contracts. They can do that. So you got all around the world, all these infrastructures are being built. That's because they want it to be built. They want it to be built out. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have the power to do that. Netflix doesn't make a profit. So many big companies, you're like, rah, this stuff don't need to. As long as these men give you the cosign, you're good. Tesla, yeah. Tesla's dog shit. BYD is already better than that. BYD, them men are actually what Tesla's supposed to be, but he's the richest man in the world.
Have you seen the Huawei car? That's what I said. You
Bro.
think that whoa! It makes
crazy.
Rolls Royce look cheap.
But they can do that.
And it's a phone company.
Google, I remember. Do you remember Ask Jeeves?
Yeah.
Right. I remember in school, and I don't know if you remember, but in school you had Ask Jeeves and Yahoo and all this stuff, yeah. And I remember specifically somehow the teacher was telling us to use Google, and then Ask Jeeves just died. All them other ones just died. And what's the number one search engine? Google. This is not an accident. This is it's not an accident, man.
I say it was Windows and Microsoft PCs and bling.
That's not on that because earlier on I was talking about the Android update, right? Where basically the AI is going to sit on top of your phone and it's going to be able to read everything, right? Apple never made their own AI. Well, they tried with Siri, but yeah. Who's Apple partnered with for their AI? Google. So it's like now it's so you be like, oh, I'm gonna get away from the Android because it's got that, and then you go to Apple, but Apple's the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's all the same.
The companies, they act like they're competing with each other, but
they're
on the top, they're
invested
all each other. They're all working for the same goal.
And then you get these stupid podcasts that will be like, oh, what do you need to do to become a billionaire? They don't ever tell you, look, man, you need to be juiced in. All right, you need to
cheese.
get that government cheese. You need to sacrifice a few,
Virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very. These people think Elon came up with fucking PayPal. No, PayPal, the PayPal was always set up to be the beginning of digital money. And then all them guys from PayPal went on to do different things. And he even said X money, which is coming. We already told you. The X.com was the original model they wanted with PayPal. So that was already set up that you were gonna have this social media type platform, that the everything app. It's just that they've come around to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like these things were already planned out in advance. It's just they have to roll it out in different places, but they make it look like it's organic. It's not organic.
Can I bring that? Have a quick out now?
Yeah. Did you finish in Micah 2:1?
No, still a bit more.
Finish that and then we'll get the Habakkuk 2.
And it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Like legislations, they'll make it look like, oh, there's a fight against this particular thing, and the government will have an investigator. Oh, we need to ask you how you feel about, bro. The decision has already been made. They just have to make it look like there was some kind of checks and balances for it to come to pass, and they'll have Ron Shittlewitz be against it. But he's not really against it. He's just playing the role of the person who's against it. Then you have over here another politician, and they'll have a big beef about it, and they'll make it look like when it officially gets passed, oh, it went through the right channels. When really, it was already decided this is what was going to happen.
What's going to it's a bit easier in places like the East, where it's just like, that the CCP is like, look, this is what it is.
And China, they can just push it through.
Just push it through.
Push it through straight away. So you got the whole thing with Trump and the CBDC. Man got all giddy. Oh, it was Trump banned the CBDC. No, Trump did not ban CBDCs. Trump passed an executive order that says that the Federal Reserve, which is a private company, cannot issue a CBDC without congressional approval. Let me say that again. Trump did not ban CBDCs. Trump made it where Congress has to give approval. Do you know what that means? It's not banned.
It's gonna get approved.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's the right crisis, they can do what they want.
Rule on that.
That's it. We say it will get approved because you, once again, if you was a right-minded man and you saw the situation in Iran, all of those senators the other day should have been like, you know what, dead this war.
Nah, 49 to 50.
Yeah, saying like with the Brexit vote, 49 to 50% or whatever.
But I said they put that whole has to be approved by Congress first to make it seem like that's reasonable because we trust these Congress people, right? Bro, they're all fucking in on it, bro.
Exactly.
So it's like, what do you
They're
mean?
in on the game.
Like just mentioning it doesn't make you feel at ease.
Some of them they'll tell them abstain. Sometimes they tell them, you could vote for it. Like you got certain guys that are set up to be opposition to represent certain things.
Yeah, it's
Like
got organic.
Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Thomas Massey. These guys now are the champions of the people that are going to oppose certain things. But do you think when they actually are in opposition?
Exactly.
No, that's just the role.
Even like Kennedy at first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, hey, they're like, only if Corbyn got in.
And they do it. They're running the same game here. They've basically allowed Starmer ain't got no charisma, bro. All you need as a politician is to have charisma and the media, and then you're good. Whenever you see them put someone in power that don't have charisma, that's because they're set up to die.
Yeah.
They're set up to die. Starmer is meant to be the guy that nobody likes, so that when now they could blame everything on him and bring in someone else. Oh yeah, it's all Starmer. He's weak. Oh, Starmer's UK. Bro, the guy ain't done nothing. He's just a gooner. He's just another Arsenal fan.
But that's what they hate. It's why they lost.
It's like when they picked Kamala Harris to come up against flipping Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So you telling me they couldn't find no young charismatic guy from the Democratic Party no, they picked the least charismatic female that just cackles to come up against one of the biggest celebrities in America.
Obviously drunk.
If we were all let's say it was real, and we was like, who can we pick to beat Trump? She was gonna be the last one that we was gonna pick. Like, this girl, no one, I don't like you. You're not even like got black flavor like that. Like you're not charismatic in any way. Is it not a popularity contest?
Well, because the thing is, if you wanted a black woman, it would have just been Michelle Obama.
Straight. They would all vote
for one.
Yeah. But again, because they setting it up, Starmer, again, he's boring. He's not no Tony Blair. Tony Blair had that panache.
Yeah, that certain cadence.
That certain cadence to him. No, Starmer's just like bacon, bro.
He's like, he's Gordon Brown, isn't it? Remember?
It's just a Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown.
You know what I mean?
People like, you don't really even stand for anything. That's one of the things that they
they've turned more central than they are.
Have you seen Starmer playing 5-a-side?
Oh
my God. He's like a fucking oaf.
It's Yokeres, man.
It's respect to my striker, man.
Yeah, so it's like these people are puppets and they have different puppets for different occasions. And their character is fabricated. And they know what people ain't gonna like them. They know that no one ain't gonna like this Starmer character, man. Who is this guy? He only got into power because the other lot was garbage.
You say with Badenoch?
Yeah, yeah.
No, she ain't gonna do nothing.
That's why they lost.
That's why guys like Farage now are more likely to win these. And they are getting them seats now.
If you're racist already, you ain't voting for them.
Well, laughed at me.
You know he's a crook. Even though he knows he's a straight crook. He outshines it just because of how he carries
his personality.
His personality is a bit more than Starmer.
So basically, he's like, he's like, see, everyone was criticizing me. I told you so. You're laughing at me.
You're not laughing anymore.
Bro,
it's a meme and a half.
Bro, Obama was a fucking character, man.
Yeah, bro.
And Obama's got more charisma than Trump.
Nah,
you don't want to put Obama up against Trump. Trump will get killed. This guy's crazy. Did you hear it? Bro, Obama gives you, bro. Obama, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That guy had jokes, bro. You know, remember when he threw up the shot, and he went, "That's what I do."
And I bet they practiced like 50 times.
That's probably wearing a mask. Like, really underneath all that, it's like, fucking one of them tall niggas in the NBA.
Bro,
Steph Curry on
Trump can't beat Obama, bro. Head to head with Obama, he dies. He dies. This guy's crazy. You listening to this guy?
I have a quick one. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon.
Right, this two-party left-right politics,
Yeah.
right, which has done nothing but destroyed
Bipartisan.
the West. The West is gone downhill through left and right politics because they swing from left to right, and both parties basically sell you the same thing but for different reasons. They repackage the same agendas, and it just keeps going forward in the same direction. That's why these men thought Trump was going to be the one to break that cycle, but lo and behold, he hasn't. He's pushing forward with the same agendas, man.
People forget. So Trump is like, under his watches, we had jabs.
Yep.
He lauds himself with that.
You know, he was against.
Bro, he just
He came against it.
he just brought out his face here on the $100 bill, right?
Yeah.
Now, 100 in the occult represents completion. So what they're letting you know is that he's actually pushing towards the completion of the New World Order. But that was his job. That's what he was inaugurated for. He wasn't inaugurated to save the American public. He even came out and said, "Oh, when you did the thing in the Strait, did you have the average American?" He said, "No. What the fuck about these guys for?" And then he came out in another interview and they said, "Oh, who did you do this for?" Well, we didn't do it for us. We didn't need it. We did it for Israel. We did it for Saudi Arabia. We did it for China. And I'm like, yeah, can't you see? This whole thing is about a global restructuring.
But he came in on America first.
For America first. You guys thought he was gonna build back the old factories where you could go in with a white tee and get it all dirty and you're on the construction line. Yeah, I'm gonna get my job back. You're gonna be there. That's the sound of the man working, and you're gonna be with sledgehammers in your hands. What's wrong with these people, man?
But once again, which I don't know if that's what this brother's gonna go into in this post. But it's like when we look once again at like the so-called third world and how they've leapfrogged the West in certain technologies, is because when it was time to build it, it made no sense to build it the old way.
Old way, man.
Point I'm trying to make, bro, over what the elders just gone into. If you're making a factory today, you do not design it with people in mind. It makes no sense.
You don't even need a mess room.
Yeah.
Some little mess room. You don't got no workers, bro.
Because like when you look at like, especially if it's one of those bigger companies, you want to attract top talent, as they call it. You have to have a lot of perks. That's why when you go to Google's offices and stuff like that, you've got like free food, and it'll be like top quality food. You can just go there, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Facebook.
There's people at work, Facebook sleep at work.
Yeah.
They live.
You know,
they got breakout rooms, they got showers and
exactly.
PlayStation console rooms.
Basically. But it's one. But point is, like,
chefs,
nice.
the point is, it's like if you're trying to tap top talent, you have to have a lot of perks. If you're building a factory where actually you already have a system that automates this, you just go full automation. China, especially if they're getting China to build a factory. China, what you got? Xiaomi, that phone, another phone company.
Xiaomi,
It's called XIAOMI. Yeah, Xiaomi, that company.
They make a lot of different things.
They make cars as well.
Those phones are really cheap.
But once again, it's because you don't need humans in the loop.
And there's no brand, no marketing.
No marketing and that. And as soon as you take humans out of the loop, let's be real, like that's why America got rich, because of slavery. You didn't have to pay your workers.
In fact, in China, they're starting to have an employment problem.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their manufacturing is becoming automated. And then, so a lot of their people, but they already prepared for that. That's why their population is going down anyway.
They can't even go back to the rice field.
Because Guerrilla's doing the rice. The only thing that's keeping them going is there's a lot of cheap public services. So you can get by because they provide for the people in that way.
And again, this is another methodology of Esau is why, because if you're about profits and capitalism, people don't need to be in the equation.
Yeah, who do you benefit?
To remove.
Who is your system built for? The profits of the corporations or the workers? It's not built for the workers. It's built for the whatever benefits the corporations and the system as a whole. So when he's talking about making America great again, he's not talking about the average guy.
The stock markets are great. For those that own it.
So they own it.
You know, there is legal definition for that in the case Dodge versus Ford. Because Ford was like, look, man, we want to take these profits and put it back into the company and into our products that we make. Dodge was like, nah, We trying to pay the shareholders of Dodge. Was like, nah, we want to get paid. And guess who won? Dodge. So now each company has a fiduciary responsibility for their shareholders.
It's about serving a new world order. It's about you are just a human resource.
It's the same way
and expendable.
Same way the slave owners, they just finished getting paid their compensation. But the workers, the slaves,
They never got
they
compensated.
get nothing.
You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. You figure it out. So when he's talking about, and now when you hear them talking about, well, you go get a trade. Trades are cooked. Listen, if you now got a system, where you got all these people now, there's no jobs for them. What? So you're all gonna go learn to be an electrician? So then what does that do to being an electrician? It oversaturates being an electrician. So now you're just broke. You're just what Brave New World? You got the little gammers, the little Oompa Loompa thing. That's what you are. It's an Oompa Loompa that can do some plumbing. The reality is that loads of people are going to be obsolete no matter which way you slice it. Everybody can't be a plumber. Everybody can't be a carpenter. Now, the money is going to be in the training because just like SIA badges, a lot of men are going to get the badge and not be able to use it. A lot of men are going to do the training to do a lot of these trades, but the job's not going to be there unless you want to move, unless you're going to leave where you are to where the job is. Because even if you get trained to be a carpenter, what if there ain't nothing going on where you are? Now, are you willing to go to the next state? And then what does that entail?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like on the point of training back in the day. And the thing is, talk about even 10, 15 years ago, where it was like, if you got yourself a computer science degree, you were set. Now you got a whole load of people that are getting computer science degrees, i.e. they're getting the training, but there ain't no job for if you've got no experience.
That could be done remotely.
Remotely.
They can hire a don. They can hire a don in India. Yeah, and he can live like a king in India on a fraction of what they need to pay you, and that's what they've been doing. Just opening up an office over there and over there. And because you Edomites think you're so special with your high IQs, bro. You can get any people and give them some education, then they're able to do the job.
And the thing is, they don't need as much. Because once again, because that's what Google have been doing. They've been offshoring a lot of their, and all of these companies, to be fair, offshoring a lot of their work to cheaper markets. Because once again, the American public, they're used to certain things. If I was going into it, it's like if they're going to be like, look, man, we've got private chefs that are in these offices. In India, it may just be one or two aunties or whatever, right? And the wage bill is significantly less. But then what they can do to not spook their investors is that they can say, oh, yes, because of AI.
Yeah, they've been lying.
It's called AI washing, right? Because if you're cutting 600 jobs, your investors are going to be like, why are you cutting 600 jobs? Is everything okay? But if you can just say, oh, yeah, no, AI. I was like, oh, okay.
I have a precept, which I find in scripture kind of interesting because talking about Saul. Remember when King Saul became king, and the Lord basically told him, he's your king, but you're gonna be working for him. You know what I mean? And if you read the way it breaks it down, you basically become his employees. Like obviously, this system now and how things are, they want to have this, but on the next level. You know what I mean? So let's get first Samuel 8:14, and he would take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give to his servants. And he would take a tenth of your seeds and your vineyards and give to his officers and to his servants.
He needs the land to support them, to provide for the people.
Well, you have to. If you're going to have a government, it has to be paid.
Yeah.
Like the king would have a standing army. Yeah. Well, if you got the way our army worked, you had 12 courses.
Yep.
Was it 12,000 men or something like that? They're standing army in the city. Then they rotate every month. That was every month.
Oh, every month.
So every month they had a different man. But the king is the one that's going to be giving them food. Yeah. So in order for the king to have that, he can't be doing that on his own little personal thing. He needs to take in money from everyone. Basically taxes. You get the taxes in order for him to have a government. Yeah? Which is reasonable.
But when we're planning to Esau, he's doing this to the 10,000. He's buying all, like instead of taking 10 of his seed, he's taking everything.
80%.
Taking 99%. Yeah. Like, bro, he is. Think about it. Well, 1% of the earth, they can have 99% of the wealth.
Yeah.
90%. Yeah. It says he will take your men servants and your maid servants and your goodliest young men, your asses, and put them to work. And what that makes me think of is how, like, You know, you have these companies like BlackRock and all these little, you know how you have these like think tanks. They like get the best mind, you know, to do their work. As we're talking about the scientists, like we was going into, I don't know, last
Brain
week,
drain and all that.
brain drain. But like a lot of these scientists start off with a kind of a pure mind in regards to invention. Like they're just like, no, I've discovered something, and then and this nigga with his stacks, giving money to his ear, comes to him like, okay, can you build me a demon computer? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think that's right, but can you do it?
And if it upsets their plans, they might just kill you or buy it out and then just.
Well, Robert's kind of going to touch in that Moses West, how like you know the Jake that could get water from the air. You know that Jake, like the military. You know what I mean? Acquire this shit. You know what I mean? They probably put the shot into his head like, look, you can just sign it over, or we can take you out.
Because
Esau is a picture of your family.
That's why the Bible says he that did it
that morning.
No. That's why the Bible said he that did is weak in the nations. Because Esau's form of rulership can only occur by keeping people weak
And undermining them.
So he doesn't want to see you really elevate yourself beyond his infrastructure. Like he's demonic in that way. Whereas our rulership is different. We're already going to be above. So we don't care if man
do nothing.
You know what I mean? You can't elevate above such a God. It's impossible. So we're not going to have to weaken man in the way of, what? Man learned how to do that. No, we can't let him know how to do that because if we don't, man won't listen to man. No, they're going to listen to man. You hear me? Regardless of what goes on. So then you can actually have a world where everyone's rising. But Esau wants everyone to be in the dirt, so he could stand on them. So he keeps a situation where you have the third world. He has to keep people impoverished and desperate. Otherwise, how is he going to take advantage of them?
That's exactly it. Because he's going back to how Esau thinks of God. He wants the earth as his footstool to stand on, man.
Yeah, bro. You got whole countries that ended up developing a prostitute economy, man, and that's literally by design. So Esau could go over there, and you think, they're just being no. Them man have to do that. There's whole economies. We was talking about it before. There's whole economies where the whole economy is so messed up here that the way these men actually get their family, like they put their kids through school, and you gotta go fuck a bunch of these white boys
under duress.
That's it. Oh, you need to dress up like a girl. You need to dress up like a girl, and that's legitly how man saving their family. Literally, like how their family are eating.
Forced to do that
because where they are is so down bad that it's that or starvation. And Esau's like, I need it like that because I need you to be in that vulnerable position where I can give you pennies and get you to do whatever I want. And in a way, this society turning like that. That's why you get man jump on these live streams and embarrass themselves for a bit of change.
Fly to Dubai and get
like these rappers, like they don't do anything for some change because they're getting more and more down bad. These live streaming, I don't know if you've seen it, bro, but there's insanity going on.
Yes, there is.
Like, if you ever flick through the live streams, there's people on there acting strange.
I've already seen that stuff in Black Mirror, bro. I don't know.
No, it is that already.
No, it's there.
There's people on there, doing something strange. And then another thing they do is they make sure, like, you could get loads of views from another country, but because your country don't have the advertising money like that, you won't get that much out of it. Right. So them man are over there doing the same strangeness for less money. On top of that, so it still goes to there, bro. Esau. Bro, this thing is messed up. And more people, that being a live streamer is the only thing they're probably going to try and do to get a bit of peace. Yeah. Because they ain't going to be no job. They're going to say, fuck it, blood. Let's run this live stream. What can I do? Who wants to see me drink bleach? They showed you that in Black Mirror. A man are going to be there running the likes up. Yeah, drink the bleach. I was going to be drinking bleach and eating dog food and whatever it takes to get people's attention.
Some new reality TV type.
Yeah. Bro, it's already like that. It's already like that. It's already telling that. Got a lot of men are desperate.
What? There was that one in France where you had like one streamer. Basically, he got beaten to death, man. Yeah, it was like him. He was strange, innit? And then it was like there was like three or four other guys, right? And then they were basically like, nah. Nah.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Basically, no, it was stuff where it'll be like they'll be oh yeah, what should we do next? Okay, no, you ain't gonna sleep for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's
crazy.
streamer.
Yeah,
I swear he died of sleep deprivation.
bro, he died.
Yeah, like, yeah, because well, it's probably a different one. But there was one streamer that he basically was kept up, and it was even on like streams with like different footballers and
Yeah, I think it was in French, skinny French
yeah,
Johnny.
and the nigga died.
Yeah.
But did he get it on camera though?
Yeah, it was on stream.
Man
It
was
was on
probably getting
stream.
bare likes after that.
And then certain players had to come out and apologize for their involvement.
Yeah, not
Because there's a
intervening
thing.
in
Yeah. There was all stream with him,
I
keeping
didn't
alive.
know the nigga wanted to speak.
And this nigga, where was his parents? Where was his
I
family?
know exactly
Yeah.
what to do.
Someone just spiked his drink with sleeping pills. Nigga sleep.
Yeah.
It would have been life safe.
Yeah.
Well, now he's
He's
sleeping.
sleeping, yeah. He's
For
sleeping
sure.
good.
Real good.
That nigga got
Best thing
yeah.
ever.
Ecclesiasticus 10 and 7:1, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of prudent man is well ordered. But the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Do you really believe Esau is leading people to prosperity? Is that what people are experiencing? Is AI going to save everybody? Don't fucking look
Esau don't care about your health. He don't care about your family. He wants to destroy if it means that he can get control. That's what the whole thing about. That's what the feminism, the manosphere. They don't want you to be in righteousness, man, and in order. They want to they want to cause chaos as long as it leads to them having power over. You know?
Is that brother, keep saying, brings this term out like was it the
Purpose of the system, what it
That's what
does.
it does.
yeah, and obviously this is what's happening to people. People are being destroyed by all this technology, all these philosophies, and that we've been going into. It's evidently not working. He's still trying to sell it to you like this is somehow better.
Yeah, youth culture.
You know? Yeah.
Every youth culture we've had for the last 80 years has been destroyed the next generation.
Mm.
And it's always been led by the same people, MTV or whatever. Now you got the live streamers. Live streaming, them youths are fucked in the brain watching these live streamers, man. They're watching Adrian Broner and these, man. They got all the old uncles, just grown ass man, just doing foolishness, bro.
Childish.
All that man are doing is chasing girls and just up to bullshit. And you're like,
When you think about it, he was Adrian Broner. He's charismatic. You know what I mean? I give him that. He's kind of funny.
you say you're a Christian now. What is it?
I don't know. What
Doug, did I send it to you? There was one with the guy ate something, yeah, and they're walking.
oh yeah.
And
He
he
said
said-
he was Christian.
Yeah, that shit was kind of funny still.
Nah, he's
man.
like honestly,
Yeah,
his
fucking hell,
personality,
man.
he's kind of a natural for that. But that's not the point. The point is, Adrian Broner is not someone you have in the forefront. Of. Like it's like what we always say. It's like
It's a car crash. Basically, everyone's watching. A lot of what people are watching now are car crashes.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? Blueface,
Blueface.
Christian. These men are so car crashed. They even had a retarded baby.
And no one's saying that.
But people are addicted to watching these people.
Yeah.
And it's just pure car crash TV,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like the influencers are supposed to be your prophet, your king, your
Educated people,
your
man.
noblemen, your educators.
nah, it's just dumbed
Like,
down shit, man.
Yeah, now like this nigga's just on live stream eating a big bowl of Cheetos. Like, come on, man.
And then getting into a fight, with some gallon or some bread. Oh, he's spying on me or some stupid shit like that. They orchestrated.
Well, that bitch that killed that woman in the car crash, because she unliked her or some shit.
That big,
Yeah,
that
big
unliked her.
yeah, she unfollowed her.
Yeah.
They
What the
just
fuck,
got
man?
a narrative.
Stupid.
Hey,
Yeah, desperate for, and the thing is, once you get stuck in that life of chasing the attention, because they're not rich, so you need that attention constantly. Man, that's long, man. That's long, man, because you don't want to be super broke, but that's where you're gonna end up unless people keep liking and engaging with you. It's crazy, and it's diminishing returns too, because now you need more and more attention to get more and more money. Like otherwise, you ain't hitting the same. 1 million followers don't hit like it used to hit.
like it don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing like it used to before.
Yeah,
Ad money's gone down. YouTube's gone down. So now you better start stapling your eyelashes.
Bro, now they got social media fucking, you know what I mean, awards. They have the
For real?
Well, they're the new celebrity.
yeah.
It used to be the actors. They're no act. The new celebrities are the live streamers. What people don't realize is just as inorganic as that was.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are part of the same secret societies and all that, and they're getting the push.
Yeah, but they need to sell the idea that
Like Clavicula.
they need to sell the idea that you can just do it.
Yeah.
So that that there's opportunity.
No, bro. The algorithm is like the guy they killed. See how they killed off Andrew Tate, bro? His aura got Bro, man's aura's gone, bro, yeah? But they made him. They made him and then sacrificed him. And all of a sudden, if you notice, the algorithm don't push him no more. He's gone off the algorithm.
Once again, it's like they don't need to make you sell out in the way that they used to back in the day, because it's like you'll get certain videos. If you got certain videos, because once a set of streamers are going into it, right? One section they'll basically about how what you'll do as a content creator is you will see that this content got 10 times more views than that content,
and then you start doing it.
You just do that. But this thing about the algorithm is they can make it seem like one video is getting more views than the other. You no longer, because it's like, how are you gonna know?
Yeah.
It ain't album sales in the same way where it's like someone actually has to go and buy it. They can. It's literally just a number in the database.
Yeah.
The number, like you can't tell on YouTube anymore who likes your videos.
Yeah.
Right? You just see the number and stuff like that. You actually don't know. We all know that. How many times people come up past the camp, you know, and be like, oh yeah, or you be around people, like, oh yeah, I saw you, and you're like, you or whatever. But these times, you know, you won't even see that many. The numbers ain't there.
He saw Satan, man.
That's it.
Bro, still got more.
And what manner of man of this ruler, and what manner of man the ruler of the cities, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yeah, demonic. You know, narcissistic, demonic, and it trickles on down. And that's the society we live in. A bunch of narcissists, individuals, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people that are just out for themselves, man. Selfish as you like, man. No sense of integrity, no nothing, man. That's what we're surrounded. And the kids are even more like that.
Yeah.
The kids are bullying each other to hell. I don't know anyone that's got a kid that they're not dealing with a massive bullying problem.
Yeah.
I don't know about anywhere else, but I know that in London, bro, these kids are flipping demonic. I know we used to banter back in the day, but now it's just pure bullying.
Wow.
Everyone's just bullying each other. There's no love. There's no rating. It's demonic. It's toxic. That's the word.
Toxic,
it's pure toxic activity between these youths.
Bring this real quick. He said, everyone's narcissistic. It's 2 Timothy 3:2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Right, but for men shall be lovers of their own selves, man.
Yeah, that's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing that, and the social media is making that even worse. Social media is making that like everyone is just trying to live a lie, man.
Yeah.
Everyone is trying to live a lie. Like all the gal want to be the boss bitch, and all the guys think they're Casanova.
Yeah. To the point where people are posting AI pictures, not realizing that it gets flagged as AI. It's like, oh,
yeah. Now everyone's chasing the AP watch, the new cheap ass plastic watch that AP brought out. What's wrong with people, man? These men still playing them like a fiddle. That's how you know Esau's like, these people are easy to manipulate. They release some cheap flipping AP watch here, and now everyone's chasing it down.
This is Proverbs 30:11.
Exactly. Which the real thing.
You say you wear one.
Samsung Patek.
You should get a Patek. There's nothing wrong with that. But this thing, the craze over it, they've just made a cheaper version of it, man. Everyone's rushing to buy it.
But it's the problem. It's like you get the connoisseurs of certain things that are like you're cheap. One, you're cheapening the brand, and then two, it's just like the connoisseurs are looking at you like, bro, like what you doing? It's like you'll see chicks with LV bags. Oh, true LV, you don't know it's LV. True LV, like the real expensive stuff. You don't. It'll be just like little embroidering here.
But didn't them niggas trying to already expose all that?
Their material. It's what do you call it?
Or Turkey.
Bro, Turkey's like
Great
fake
Great
camels.
fakes. I bought someone.
All you need to do
Yeah.
is make sure that the
alright.
vendor is using the quality.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
I'll have to shave
And then
it.
yeah, fuck paying it.
Because it was like what was it? Burberry. Burberry. They used to have the Burberry stick on the outside, but you start having a lot of cabs start wearing the Burberry in
Yeah,
it.
it's awful.
So then basically Burberry was like, oh, everything's on the inside now. So that's why you don't really see Burberry in the same way. It's still there, but because when you start getting into high fashion, it's all about not knowing that people don't know that you can.
Yeah,
You
but
got
when
it.
you how are you gonna flex on social media
Exactly.
to make people think that your life is better than it is?
Yeah. But the question is, why do you need to? Because you've been following, you know, the actors and the footballers and all these things. You want to look like you're living like that, and you ain't.
That's why people be flexing Calvin Klein box.
Yeah,
No,
translate.
no.
See.
I'm preset all talking about. Someone's playing the
Declan Rice and
There's a generation that curses their father and does not bless their mother. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes and is yet not washed from their filthiness. There is a generation, how lofty are their eyes and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords and their jaw teeth as knives to devour the poor from the earth and the needy from among men. Like that's this modern
they're
generation.
scammers. Everyone's trying to scam
Yeah.
people.
Flex on people.
It's disgusting.
But oh shit, well even that nigga, you know that Julio's case, like that dude came from a good ass family. You know, and now look. So
He ain't the only one, man. That's the part that people don't mention.
Yep.
Man's have got dads in the homes, mom's a nurse, dad's a doctor, the nigga's still on the roads, bro. That's doing moves. But that's how alluring that toxic life is, bro.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Talking about scamming and stuff like that, and I'm thinking about nowadays when you're online, you're watching like commentary, like a podcast. A lot of the time, it's just fake rage bait, man. That these people don't even believe what it is they're saying. Football.
Bro, they're all getting exposed. Bro, this Chad the Builder guy getting pegged. He's a homo, bro. You know, the Chad the Builder dude that's gone around calling people niggas.
He's
And
basically
like and he ain't the only one. Alex Jones, back in the day, there was a gal that came out and was talking about the dildo work. What you're going to find out is a lot of these people are just homo agents, man. They're agents and they're set up, man. Now, Myron Gaines, homos. Homos, bro. That's all these guys are. Like, and we had one amongst us that the Lord exposed. An agent, bro. Yes, Alazar, and he was on the same shit. Bunch of homo agents, man. He was on the same thing, man.
He can he's come down with no bug out ducks and everything.
He a homo, you know.
Whoa.
Remember, there was like you like.
Well, you like your movie playing.
But they're all, it just wouldn't
How you
surprise
know?
me, man.
Yeah, bro. That was some freaky stuff going on.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't trust none of these people. They're agents. Agents of Sodom, bro.
And even to do that, even exposed him. Remember those stuff on him? The
House of Bread dude.
Yeah.
And he was fruity too. He was fruity as well, man. I don't trust these people. I don't trust none of them. None of these celebrities. None of them. They're all homo agents, bro. All of them. Megan Thee Stallion's a man. Yeah, me. I don't trust them.
Basketball hand.
I'll bring it up.
Them niggas have been gay, but like we brought out the other week. Biggie and them had the tranny in the music video.
Standing up.
So these basketballers and all that, a lot of them man are gay, bro. They got these girlfriends. No, they're gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look up to none of these people. They don't represent men.
Yeah,
Mbappe, bro.
Yeah.
Arsenal, man. Arsenal.
Yeah. Bring it out.
We don't play that now.
Ecclesiasticus 10:9. Why is the earth and the ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
That's Esau. Edom is the ultimate in covetousness.
And so everyone else can.
The thief.
For such as one setteth his own soul to serve, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
And then that's another thing with these people. They're prepared to do the most craziest, heinous, shit, right? And they have they have no integrity or nothing, just to to get things, right? Because Esau's made them this way. He's gave them this wine, and they're drunk off it, man. Yep.
Money, the love of money is the root of all evil, man. And
Yep.
Esau prints it.
Yeah.
So Esau's your god.
God.
If you love the modern day, especially the modern day version of money, is nothing more than a fabrication of Esau. Because it's not really even money anymore. So if you love money, then basically Esau is your god anyway.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take the chip. You know what I'm saying? Like, nasty people, bro. They'll do anything that a JOO lays in front of them, man. If it means they get to flex with an AP.
So,
Disgusting individuals, man.
got a precept from a common board. So JMS bear witness of the light 447. It says Proverbs 15 and 21. It says, folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly.
And that's it. A lot of the wickedness that's going on, people revel in it. They revel in wickedness. That's what you see. You see it all the time. People take joy in wickedness. People take joy in adultery. They take joy in debauchery. They take joy in murder, stealing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like lying, manipulation, like all the things, all manner of wickedness. People think it's fun and games until a consequence reaches them. Then they're crying in the court.
Now they want to bring out scripture.
You know what I'm saying? This place is gone, man. Man will be like a lot of these streamers now. The funny thing to do is talk about how they banged another streamer's woman. And it's all laughing and then yeah, I did that. Yeah. That's funny to you? Is that a joke? Is that funny? That don't sound funny to me. That sounds heinous. I don't respect that. That's not respectable behavior. That's nothing to be bragging about. Dude, HS TikTok, he was doing that the other day on some one of the streaming demons. Anyway, whatever. But that's what you see. People revel in wickedness.
Because he went into that in that Louis Theroux documentary. That's hate TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't care. He was like, if I'm getting money, I don't care if it hurts me. Something to that. He was like, I don't care. Just getting money. Yeah.
That's why he's gonna get hurt.
You give father the devil, man. Loss of your father you will do. He said,
Scamming people.
Like, why would you want people like that in the world, bro?
Yes.
It ain't no wonder the Most High gonna get rid of these fucking dudes, man. You don't want individuals like that in the world.
So there's a video of a day with this dude,
No fucking more.
what's that dude with the damn pentagram tattooed on his head? You know the one. But Birdman. And he was all up in the church because he called himself doing the youth thing. And the guy said, "But how you here doing? You say you support the youth, but your music is promoting it." Exactly. And I'm glad someone called it out.
And he tried to give some fucking
Yeah.
and even the preacher tried to help him.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to answer this, and he just gave him.
I ain't saying no more. No,
Terrible.
what he said, my name. Take my name out of your mouth. Bro, that's demonic, bro. You're doing all the demonic. Your music is, and then you can't then now tell a youth, yeah, don't listen to my music. Bro, you're standing there with all the money and the prestige from the music, trying to tell a young man not to follow what you're doing. That don't make no sense, bro.
You're the blueprint.
You're a living embodiment of what he wants to be. Of course he's gonna follow what your music says. Because the way you're telling him doesn't seem to bring as much prestige as what the other way.
Yeah.
So what's the point? You might as well not even try and clean it up. You can't clean it up. Man are gonna go slang them things. Yeah, they want to be like Young Money, man.
Because really the attitude is like fuck everybody else. That's the attitude. I'm getting back. I'm getting the bag.
Comes for Esau.
Yeah, you're the reason, and then so now you're trying to raise your youth, yeah, and your youth might just listen to Birdman because he don't respect you. Because who are you? You're broke. You're gonna listen to Birdman, and it's true. A lot of times you could. That's why this little young Negro, he had a good family, but a lot of times these youths, they're looking at their dad and it's like, "Dad's a waste man. That is real talk. Like, you think that your son's looking at you like you're a waste man. Yeah, you're broke. I'm gonna listen to my man because look at my man's chest. Man. Look at the ice on his wrist. I would rather grow up to be like him. He's getting bare gal. You're just with my mom and she's fat. Bro, you think I'm joking? Man think I'm joking. A lot of times, man, like because of the way the situation is reeling out, your own son will look at you like a waste man. So why am I even listening to this dude? What, I'm gonna grow up to be like you? Work some bullshit 9 to 5, stressed out. Nah. I'm gonna listen to 50. I'm gonna listen to these men are doing things. It's truth. I'm gonna listen to my man on the block. Because when I'm rolling on the block, he gets respect. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
Later on in your life, see the effects of the street shit, and like, yeah.
Just been like my dad.
Bro, but that's an old story. They show you that in the movie. What was that gangster Italian movie?
Yeah.
No.
Italian.
Sopranos? It was Bronx Tale.
The Bronx Tale. That's what you think. You see, Sonny, man, I would never do nothing like that. But that's a real thing. Where mans look at their own father that's in the house, they're like, oh,
And that's supposed to be the man they respect the most.
yeah, but no.
And
That's
those
not who's
other
getting
guys,
respect on the streets.
and those other guys exploit that as well.
They exploit that. That's why a lot of men will then just say, I don't want to be like my dad. I want to be like Pookie. I want to be, because them are the man that I see that everyone rates. Because at the end of the day, it's all good and well that your dad's in the yard, but outside of that, no one rates your dad. No one does. Like, this is the world we live in. When you get these demons and they're like shining, even your own son will see that shine. The only thing you could do, you could try and steer him away from the shine, but as we've seen, certain times the call of that shine is too much. That man won't respect you, bro. They will die. They will say, yo, I want to be with a guy that's got 20 gal. I want to be like him. I want to be like you.
The knowledge of wickedness is not
Man's rolling up and down the street in a Lambo and your dad's got a fucking, like, some Ford Focus, man. That's like, lie.
As we always go into, a lot of those women, when you come out of that world and you start really observing, it's all adultery. Yeah. It's all adultery.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They want wicked. They go for, at the end of the day, when you're a child and you're growing up in a situation, and this is the thing about children, and this is why society is fucked, because children absorb, you could tell a child one thing, but what they see, if it's different, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah. You can't say, like, if you go to certain places, they treat criminals like criminals. Mm-hmm. So the child understands that's a low life. So they're like, I don't want to be a low life. Mm-hmm. And they'll treat like a doctor as the big man. Yeah. So then obviously as a child, you're like, okay, I see that. In the ghetto, it's the other way around. The person that's getting respect, even in your family, tell the truth. Yeah. In certain families, everyone knows man's a drug dealer, right? But no one treats him like that. When man come out and he's like, oh, the man comes through, he's that cousin, he's got the watch on. Like, yo, check my car out, man's coming. Even the auntie's like, yo, you want to play your food and all that. But all of a sudden, now, he's a superstar. And then so you can't tell the other you, don't stay good, stay in school. And then the guy that's doing the opposite is getting all the ratings. All the gal like him. Everyone likes him. He's getting all the ratings. But he's going to listen to you saying, don't do that. Yeah. Be the guy that no one likes.
Yeah. But not only that, that same dad will be given uncle rating as well.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What? Like dad.
So in the ghetto, that is a big problem. That the people who should be getting downtrodden, they're lifted up on a pedestal. And as a child, you can't help but see that. So then as a young man, and this is one of the biggest issues when you're trying to raise a young man, is trying to get them to understand that, don't go for that. But it's hard because as a young man, it's carnal. You want to go for where you see the prestiges. Yeah. And these are the men with all the prestige in the end. In our toxic society. In other societies, not like that. In other societies, it's like the guy that's a doctor, the guy that's doing, they're getting the ratings.
I heard that's why you get a lot of Filipino nurses. Because in the Philippines, being a nurse is like, oh my gosh, you're a nurse?
There you go.
There you go. You see a lot of Filipinos.
So as a child, it reinforces like, oh, okay, that's good. But among Jake, man, we know what it's like. When we were growing up, who was the man getting all the ratings? Who it was? It was the low lives. And yeah, by the time you're 40, they're bun out and done. Yeah. Well, you don't even see that. Like when you're young, you just see the time that they're shining, innit?
Right.
And so
Yeah, like-
you're drawn to it.
Bro, like,
You know what I'm saying?
Doug Spray was like, for a time, he was one of the guys. It was like,
Now look,
look at him, making more money on the podcast.
but it's
at a
crazy.
point, he was actually one of
That's even the worst thing, because even now, even though they're going through the shit, they're still making more than average people.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
it's like you can get away with that shit ultimately. You can just carry on doing whatever.
that's why you gotta get out of this place, because it's not that simple. People will say it's simple. Oh, just have your parent, just have your dad. No, bro, it's not that simple. There's a lot more going on outside of
Satan's out here.
just sending your child to school and what they're interacting with.
Peer pressure.
It's peer pressure. There's a lot more going on than what is going on in your house. It's usually supposed to be the whole setup is raising your child. But now you're on your own, bro. You're trying to raise your child the right way, bro. You're fighting you're fighting one of the biggest battles ever. You're trying to raise your daughter, tell her don't dress a certain way. Okay, who's getting all the attention on road? Who's getting all the ratings on road? They're gonna have to live with that. They have to live with the fact that I go outside my yard when I'm not at home. This girl's getting the ratings and she's dressing that way. And you want to be rated as well. It's a natural thing. So you got to fight against that when really you're supposed to be in a society where the ones that are keeping it on point are getting the ratings. And it makes it easier. But in this society, it's the other way around. It's wicked people and demonic people that get all the attention, that get all the praise, and they get all the upliftment. So you're going to argue with your child night and day, but it could be that they just decide, that's what I want. And next thing you know, he's in the court case crying because he just got life in parole because he wanted to be one of them gangsters. Because the gangsters are cool.
This is Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. But how we live is not right now. And Esau is the propagator of how we live. Right? Because that's happening in the ghettos between our people, because Esau's putting these fucking ghetto fabulous guys up in the
It's
TV.
upside down.
You know what I mean?
Man's worship Cartel. Man's worship Diddy. Man worship Jay-Z.
Remember when they were like paid him for fucking inspired niggas?
Yeah.
Niggas was inspired by that. How you watch that film and get inspired?
Yeah.
You're wicked.
Man can't name one doctor. I mean, just use the doctor as an example. Man can't name a doctor. You can't name someone of any. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So your child wants to be a rapper, and there's a reason they want to be a rapper. It's because these are the people they see getting uplifted, and you could turn around and tell them, "I don't do that." Yeah, but the rest of the world is telling them something completely different, and all of a sudden they start looking at you as in you're the problem, because you look like the crazy one. That's how we gotta get out of here. This place is cooked. You're fighting an uphill battle just to raise your children in this place, because the whole world is pretty much against you. The TV is against you. The social media is against you. Their friends at school are against you. Just generally what they see walking around is against you. And you're the one that's going to be like, no. You can't do this. You can't do that. Fuck.
It's just a downer, bro.
You're just a downer, bro.
And the TV, man, it'll be hella subliminal. Like, you thinking about some of the phrases that we hear, like, commonly said. And it's like, where did that come from? Like, I always think about it. Like, where did happy wife, happy life become just a standard norm amongst Edomites? Like, you hear them say, happy wife, happy life. It's
a myth. Women's never happy.
But that's the thing. When you start looking into like hormonal cycles, there are periods of time when they actually can't be happy. They're in that.
But
zone.
they don't teach you about that. They won't be educating you about the season.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's this. Well, this thing's cooked, bro.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? There's actually no right way to get through this thing. We need to get out. You can't get through this thing.
This whole place needs to change. Needs to change. Man. Righteousness needs to be highlighted here.
How many of these youths he's a good boy? Man's in a gang.
Oh, the Chris Carver. The whole Chris Carver. Oh man.
He's in a gang.
He's in a gang. He was wanted. Like he's like man.
And the moment I told you, living this way,
and he had a dad and a mom.
He could be cool. Yeah, Chris Kenyon could be cool, but if he's walking the path of wickedness, bro, he's gonna end in the same way the Most High said he's gonna end.
He was a shooter. He was one of the top dons in the gang. Yeah, of course, because that's who's rated in the end. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And until you change that culture where you're uplifting the right things, that people of integrity are uplifted in society, and they're given the attention. Hoes are given attention in the society. Whether you like it or not, right? It's very difficult to tell a woman to not be a hoe. Because they're the ones, the hoes are the ones that get all the attention. Anything a hoe does, man care about it. Man are running behind them. Let's be honest. Man are all on Instagram, on her page. They're not on no page of no girl that's like just there reading a book or no. No. Niggas is chasing hoes. The hoes are getting all the attention, all the dopamine, all the money, and are throwing the money at them. And if you don't act like that, you don't exist. You're boring. Forget this is the reality. Let's not get into it. When you was in school, it was the floozy hoe that got all the attention, and half of the girls that didn't act like that, you didn't even know existed. And then you see them years later, you're like, right, this thing's kind of piff.
Yeah,
But it's like, man just didn't, he just didn't even know, bro. Bro, it's true.
Bro, man.
You know the girls that we're going to say. We know these girls. These were the hoes, but they were the ones getting all the attention, all the ratings.
All the time. And
now they're cooked up.
Bunch of cooked baby mom.
Kim Kardashian, whore, all the ratings and the attention. Like, if you look at the celebrities, all the whores, the more whorish they are, the more toxic they are, the more attention they get, the more glamorous they become. And it's hard to fight that. They should be getting cast down. They should be getting beaten and ignored. Beaten and ignored and ridiculed. But they're not. They're uplifted. Man are chasing them. There's always a next man chasing after them. So in a roundabout way, what are you saying? This person's valuable.
I've got a precept. This is Leviticus 19 and 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
The land's fallen to whoredom because whores is what people like.
So
whores is what man's spend their time to give attention to.
Yeah.
This is who man are chasing down. Man don't want the boring girl.
Who was that one? Is that the body blue one with the dad and that? She got the car for the dad. And is that her?
Yeah.
Right. Bro, she should have got cast out, bro. There's no way. But you know, he supported the family supported.
She'll get cast out. She'll get invited on all the podcasts,
mainstream
the TV, and then she'll get all the limelight. Yeah, this is how the game goes. And then people don't realize that it's counterproductive. Yeah. If you want people like that to not influence people, the best thing to do with them is shun them. But they're not shunned. They're put on a pedestal. They're given a platform. And what comes with that? Money, prestige. So now all of a sudden, it's not bad to be a hoe because where is the negative? The negative side comes on the back end. But on the front end, there's no negative. Megan Thee Stallion gets Woman of the Year. For what? Again, prestige for a hoe. And then you wonder why the young girl's like, bro, I'll just be like her because if I just be good, they ain't nothing. It's perceivable. What do I get from that? No one's gonna rate me. No one's gonna say how great I am. No one's gonna be like, bro, boy, or losing their fucking mind.
There's no reward for the good there.
There's no reward for it. You know, if you're not patient. So everything, this whole society is geared towards uplifting wickedness, and then the youth just flock to it because as a youth, you're looking for what's going to elevate you, what's going to put you up there. And it's foolishness. It's all foolishness, man.
And even when you look at that verse and you think about it, why do you have a land of holding like you don't doing that? Remember, like the first business is a family unit. So, like, let's say you're having a lot of children born by different whores. It's like the first family structure. There's no foundation.
It's cool.
So then it's like you then have a lot of single mothers out there, with multiple men giving basically birthing these niggas.
These monsters,
crazy monsters out here, man.
Even that idea of just like me and all my brothers have different dads. That's wild.
Different spirits, bro.
Different
spirits.
You might your sibling might be rivalries. Like you could be. Yeah. I saw that it was like Elam and a Jake. Like it was like damn. I was like, bro, this is a weird house.
You have an older brother that's it was Steve.
At least you'll always win.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's a man. He got melanin, but gets nosebleeds all the
Yeah,
time.
it's crazy.
Like,
It's crazy.
yeah,
bro,
can't jump.
that's why we gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, recently.
Yeah, they all parading that like some kind of scientific, which it's rare. But it was basically had you got twins that had two different dads.
Yeah.
And I know like, oh my god, scientific miracle. And I was like, no, your mum's a hoe.
It's not a miracle. She just released 2 eggs.
Yeah.
Would have been 2
Yeah,
eggs.
exactly.
They're not.
At the same time.
Yeah, they're unidentical twins.
Yeah.
Damn, that
But-
can still wait.
That's what I'm saying. They were talking about it, and I'm like, you do realize that your mum's a hoe. Like,
Yeah, but
But yeah, probably.
could have been, yeah. Oh, that's another thing. That's a big thing. A lot of women have actually been in orgies. You know, you start talking, especially like,
bro, their favorite person that's up on the TV's been in an orgy. This is what I'm trying to say. It's all fucked, bro, because their favorite person that's living the lifestyle they want is a admitted hoe, and so it's just fucked.
Obviously, when you meet a chick, you might be conversating, anytime, dating or whatever. But I've met a lot of women just through conversations, like you be out and about. You find out a lot of women have been to these swingers parties, like especially Jake. Like you might think Esau, which they do it, but a lot of niggas. And you just remember that freak ass nigga rapper that caught a male escort. Like there's a lot of these little
freaky
underground shit in little towns, bro.
Yeah.
And now
orgies.
more and more when it's coming out, it's not even taboo no more.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be normalized in the end.
It's basically
Well, it started with the sex tape thing. The sex tape thing kind of started to normalize
They want
these
to
man,
leave their
and now the Diddy thing is not even a thing no more. That's normalized now. It's a meme. So it's just normalized. Your favorite celebrity's a freak. Oh, he's not doing nothing wrong. But all that debauchery, listen, debauchery is not good for anyone. It's not good for men. It's not good for women because nothing happens in isolation.
Yeah, because
It's all feeds in on itself, and it just leads to more wickedness and folly. But this is society we live in, man. And it goes back to that Brave New World. If you watch Brave New World, that's what it is. It's total sexual freedom. No one actually has a significant partner. Everyone's just having sex with everyone. And you could change, like, I'm with him today and tomorrow I'm with another one, and it's all Brave New World. They show you that. And that's what they want. They want that society where the whole, that's why they've destroyed the institution of marriage as it's supposed to be in the scriptures. Because they want a new institution where, forget all the asshole for the Bible anyway, we're gonna just have it where you can just do whatever you want. As long as you're under your birth control, it's fine.
Do what I want.
Which now they're working on birth control for men, and it was like you take the shot and it's like 2 years. You can't. There's a lot of men that are gonna be with it.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of men that are gonna be, but then you come in to start learning about birth control for women, and you realize, that's why a lot of women that have been on birth control for 20 years, they can't have kids anymore.
Yeah, and they're more importantly crazy. A lot of people, the pills suppress hormones. Yeah. It's like, there's a reason. Remember, like a lot of those things, these pills, a lot of them stop their period. It's like, if you look into the science, and have to lose that blood. But it's like you're having a build-up of like metal and shit in the system that fucking helps the brain.
It keeps you at this state of where your body thinks you're pregnant, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the worst thing about it is it can have psychological issues in the sense that a woman is attracted to a certain frame of a man at different points in their period. When she's ovulating, she wants a manly man, right? But when she is, in the stage that the pill keeps her at, she likes more feminine. She likes that more feminine look. You see what I'm saying? So then which is why I think you get a lot of women that will be on it during the period of a relationship. Then eventually they get married, and then they come off birth control and they start looking at this guy like, I don't even like you.
It's hard.
Exactly, but it's all because they were in that period where they like that. So
Then they get with the personal trainer.
exactly. Yeah. Because Kode's been like, get down.
Yeah.
10 more. No, you said you Bobby, you said yeah.
Proverbs
You got
1
that
and
thing you
8.
wanted to bring out. Don't forget.
No. Proverbs 1 and 8. It says, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck.
Yeah, the law, man, dictates how we're supposed to treat each other, and dictates against sexual immorality, brings in discipline, right? But this society, there's no discipline. There's no morality. It's okay to be certain things as long as you're benefiting in terms of the money. It's okay to be a thief. You just got to do it the right way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be an adulterer. Just do it the right way. Like there's a right way. It's okay to be a scammer. Disgusting, man.
But my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, and let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in by lot among us, let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way
This is
with
the
them.
anti-gang scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't be with these goofy dudes, man. They want you to go on these moves. You know what I mean? Because it's wickedness at the end of the day. Go on.
It says, refrain thy foot from their path, for their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
Yeah, because they don't realize that the lifestyle they live is ultimately going to catch up to them. And it does. And now you're catching hell, you're crying, or you get caught out by some other demons, right? And it's all coming back to you, which it literally always does. It just takes time. It just takes time, and you don't realize it because when you're young, this is the problem about being young. You ain't lived long enough. You ain't seen certain outcomes. And no one really becomes an actual gangster in their 50s or in their 40s. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, usually, and that's why I said the youth culture. The system of evil targets people when they're young. Because you've not lived long enough to see your peers receive the recompense of their choices in life.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, no, it was not really about a gangs per se, but I was reading like a Guardian article, and it was just interviewing Iranians about the war, and one of the younger people were like, "Yeah, man, I wanted America to start war with Iran," and it's just like, because you don't know anything. When America comes and starts war with you, your country gets destroyed.
You don't see
know?
No one's coming out.
Exactly. Anyone over a certain age is like, "Now I remember Iraq."
Take a picture of the side.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, in school, when you was in school, there was them guys that were too cool for school. You know the man them. Now we're like nearing our 40s. These are the same man that's got no teeth outside of the pub, or outside of the betting shops looking crusty, or them men in the pen right now. Like a lot of the man we went to school with, they're literally sitting down in pen. Yep. These are the men in school that were too cool. These are and a lot of the gal that were the hotness and they were doing too much. They're like 300 pounds now with like 6 kids, looking terrible, looking 3 times their age. On Hinge getting no, because they're done out here. But back then, it was all cool. But they didn't understand that the choices that they were making, where it goes to, because they're ignoring those people. They're ignoring the man that was them 30 years later. Because they don't see that. They can only see this. So it's like, a lot of times, man, you got to grow up and see all the outcomes. And you're like, rah, like, damn. And then, but you see man that was in school, that was kept it under the radar, and you meet man, the man's manager to this, manager to that, doing well for himself. And you're like, you're like, oh shit.
Exactly.
But then that's what I'm trying to say. But mans won't see that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what that is when man get that 30-year bid, because man was doing foolishness. Like, And then man's calling you on the phone. They ain't had no one call you yet, and you're talking to them, and man's going crazy from spice.
And this is why a father would vet out, you know, partners and suitors and stuff, man, because they know the family, they know the pedigree, the stock of that family.
You know
But that's why you gotta listen to your elders. Elders of the right elders. Yeah? They've had the experience to see certain things, so they should know better. When you're young, you ain't got the experience, so a lot of things are not real to you. A lot of consequences are not real to you. Like these two niggas that just went to jail, they're 20. Bro, when you're 20, you ain't know shit about life. You've literally been sentient for 10 years at the most. Because remember, for most of your life, almost half of your life, you didn't even know what you were. Because a 7-year-old don't know what the fuck they are. They don't know nothing about anything. So when you're 20, you think you're big and you know it all, but you've not seen enough. You've not had enough experience, bro. But because you're 16, 17, 18, you think you know it all because you think you've lived enough. You ain't, bro. Because none of your friends are crackheads yet. You know what I'm saying, bro? Man, you ain't walk down the street and see my man. You're like, bro, bro, what are you saying?
Your back ain't aching yet. You know what I mean? You do your stretches. I ain't got anything to do with
Most outcomes are not real to you because you don't know no one with that outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to a certain age and you actually see people you know and they're actual nitties.
Like,
it's like, oh shit. So when you're telling man, yo, don't go down here. So when you see, you know what he did in life, like, don't go down that path, it's real to you. At 16, that person didn't know it was real. If you put them in a time machine, they might have been like, oh, shit. This is my point, man. But this society is designed to not even let the actual adults that know these things have an impact on the youth. The youth are being impacted by what? Social media and youth culture, instead of man that can actually sit them down and say, look, bro, I've been there and I've done that, and if you go down that path, this is where it leads to. And this is a real thing. You think you're untouchable because you're young and you're strong, but bro, you could end up you go jail for 20 years, 5 or for life, it ain't gonna be sweet. Now you look at them niggas. Look at them niggas, man. A niggas there with his hair all wavy. Bro, man's gonna be on a true program, bro. 23-hour lockdown.
There's that comedian Ali Siddiq, and he speaks a lot about, because he went prison. He was on that whole drug stuff. He's a good comedian, but in one of his things, he speaks about, you know, how long a man got, as in when he comes back and what he does after it comes back to his cell. And he was like, when the guy comes back to his cell, just puts the head, the pillow over his head. You know, he's in there for a time, crying, hurt. You know,
and the same thing goes for being in this truth. That's why you got to listen to guys that's been in this truth for longer, but they lived more experience than you. And to a certain degree, it's easy to say things if you're not experienced it for a certain amount of time. Whereas man that's been in the truth, like the elders have been in it for so long, they've experienced so many things. They've experienced a lot of guys that was with them that's not with them no more. You've been in this truth for 2-3 years, you ain't really experienced being with a guy for 10 years and they bug out. So that's not really real to you. It's something you can read about and say, oh, you might see it happen, but you weren't with that person for 10 years when they bugged out. You just know that they've been in the truth for 10 years and they bugged out. It's different when you've been side to side and seen the whole journey and see it. So you're like, oh shit, now this is real. And this is where experience speaks a lot. You know what I'm saying? But this society don't respect the experience of the aged, or you know, you're gonna be listening to other dumb youths.
Yeah. Verse 18, it says, and they lay wait for their own blood. Yeah, look. At the end of the days, the fruit of what you're going to do is going to harm you. It's going to harm you. You know, it's like here it is. That obviously Babylon's going to be melted anyway. But let's just say his mind is like this world's going to be the way it is. You made him wait to catch that man slip and take your life, and you took your own life. Now you're just in jail. You ain't got nothing to do. And then you might just go and kill yourself. So, someone will kill you, or you become a nigga's baby mother.
And listen, when you read all of this, when you hear all of the stories about jail, it's just like how you gonna even risk going in there? Like, what we do?
And
But it's not real. But it's not real. What's real is what you see on the outside and the prestige.
Mhm.
And then you got man's rapping about it like it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
So like, and that's one of the things. A lot of these guys, they don't even. They'll like, what was it in 13 or 13? Well, no, crack. The crack one on Netflix.
crack cocaine conspiracy.
Crack cocaine conspiracy. There was
Highly
one of the guys
recommend
that there was. But remember, there's one of the guys that's being interviewed, and you could tell he was, he was living that. He was living it back. He wasn't even trying to be like, yeah, don't do that. He was like, he was,
Giving into the
giving into it.
it's mad. This whole thing is too many demons, man. Seducing demons. That's why we got to get out of here.
I read this quick.
Yeah.
So,
It's insane. It don't make no sense. But when you really break it down, it does. And like I say, that's why the system targets the youth. It targets youth because the youth are the easiest people, because they're naive, they're the easiest people to institute into evil.
Yeah.
You don't target niggas in their 50s and try and bring them into a gang. It's not gonna work. Man's like, bro, you think I'm dumb? Like, I'm not gonna do no foolishness like that. You target the 13-year-old. They do. That's who they target. They target the dumb 13 buying chicken and chips, that razzle dazzle him with some of the little thing, and then bring man in. And then he thinks it's the world. He thinks he's part of something great. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know that you're being used. You know?
this is quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The youth don't want to hear about, words of the wise from the older man. Because like I said that you mentioned earlier, they're on nothing. Yeah, they look down upon them because the man's on the ends or whatever doing their thing.
Yeah.
And they've got P and cars and gals and all that kind of stuff. So they don't want to hear about all that, or that's going to lead to, in a bad way. They're like, how? They don't see it. But they see my man flossing.
Yeah, that's all they
Give it another 5 years though.
and this is why the whole,
you will see.
if you look at the whole the whole what's it called? They showed the whole thing about the Negroes, right? What they did was Esau purposely made it lucrative amongst our people to do certain things, and then had them outwardly showcase it. So this is why the rappers with the bling, where did all that come from? The showy of the, when you got a lot of black. Okay, I'll give you an example. The Yakuza, right? The Yakuza don't walk around with diamond chains and all these different things. Them man just look like normal business people and go about their business. Why is it that among Jake, yeah, the criminal element among Jake, the pimps, because remember going back to the black exploitation era where you had these pimps. Why does a pimp have to be flamboyant and show all this wealth? Because the wealth brings status. So what it was is Esau was doing was taking the toxic elements and giving it status. It doesn't have that status among no one else. You can't point to Esau. Esau's criminals are all low key to the most part. Or they don't even let you know that they're doing criminality. Yeah. So their status isn't attached to that toxic nature. But with Jake, the pimps and the drug dealers and the rappers, which are all attached to it, have this thing of the Jews said, yeah, put that diamond on, put that on, put this on, because they know the minute you add all that flashiness to it, it ups the status.
Even on Frank,
I was thinking
Frank
about it,
Lucas.
mate. Yeah.
That's how he got caught up when he went to
The status.
Muhammad Ali fight.
And status, where like they know psychologically, people seek status. Whatever as a society you put in high status, the youth will flock to it. It's just tried and proven.
Especially if you've been kept broken poor.
Yeah, anything.
You've been dying to get out of that situation, that status,
Show me any community or society in the world, and show me what they put in high status, and I'll show you what the kids all want to be. Go ask them. It's just how it works. We flock to whatever we deem to be something of status. So if you want to, in the kingdom of heaven, high status is going to be righteousness. So everyone's gonna look towards righteousness as that's what I want to be.
It's going to be cool.
We're not gonna.
It's gonna be the new trend.
That's going to be the new trend because it's going to be given the status that it deserves. That the prophet, high status. The priest, high status. A man of integrity, higher status. That's what's going to be valuable. That people are going to go, oh, that man's so truthful. Oh, he told me. Yeah, that's how you should aspire to be. In this society, they use money and giving the money to the lowlifes like I said, the whores. All the whores got money, right? The Cardi B's, the Kim Kardashian. She's the biggest whore, and they gave her the biggest platform with all the money.
Supposing gain is godliness.
So now you're looking at Kim Kardashian, and she lives the life of a princess, but she's a fucking whore.
Yeah.
But the money covers up the whoredom and makes it
BBL.
something that hurts.
Remember, like,
The
she was
BBLs.
a big proponent of that. And then after many years, she started taking the shit out. Their daughters are fucked up. They've taken out ribs and shit.
Yep.
And now she's like, nah, let me take some out.
It's all by design. It's all by design, man. You attribute status to toxic things, and the youth will flock to it. You know, and so that's why we gotta. I'm telling you, we gotta get out of this place because we're in the hand of strange children, and this is what Esau's done. The so-called Jew, beginning with the music industry, they made wickedness high status. The pimps high status. A pimp is a piece of shit. Why is man looking up to pimps? And then it made it a thing where, oh, he's a pimp. Like it's cool to be a pimp. Why? If a pimp was just normal looking, would man be rating it like that? No, but the pimp's got all the
cane and the chinchilla.
So now you're looking up to a guy that's targeting broken women in the neighborhood and turning them into prostitutes.
Yeah, it's madness. And that's elevated.
That's elevated. That's the guy. That's the guy. You know what I mean?
And to that, and bro, shout out, bro. I hold on. I wait for you as well.
How does debauchery destroy a society? Debauchery usually means a culture becoming ruled by excess appetite, pleasure without restraint, impulse without responsibility.
And
This is Esau's liberation.
Oh, look at this. Man just sent me, well, Gal posted this in one of the groups I'm in. The soca party on a boat. Look what it's called.
naked.
Yeah. And that's what man are going to want to go to.
You coming in my business.
This is the debauchery, bro.
Man's woman says, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to this party," and I'm like, "What?" She ain't gonna hear none of that. She's gonna go anyway. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
Debauchery. Man's loving. Right? Sex sells.
But
Historically,
what's interesting about that first point is every element it mentions, the law has practice. You know what I mean? Because the law teaches
Dressing modestly,
strength,
restraint. Yeah.
modesty, having control of your life. Because it's like everything is 2 and 2. You know what I mean? It's like if you see how the law mentions don't sleep with your neighbor's wife, because there's people who do it, and it leads to a negative kind of consequence that death. Ultimately, it leads to death.
Yeah, and then another thing, man, don't want to admit it, but the fuckboy thing also destroys.
Yeah, it does.
Just going around and your whole goal in life is only to conquer as many women as possible.
Yeah.
That's not the way men are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is creating a situation where there's just a bunch of used women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's no good no more. You're not getting wives. You're just going around because of your addiction to conquering women. Because that's really it is. You like the addiction of that feeling of, because once you got her, you want to move on to the next one. That's not normal. You know?
I remember chatting to one geezer, and he was in certain circles, so he had access to a lot of that, and it will be like bad, like bro, it'll be bad. But I remember one time he was just there, but you got a girlfriend though, and I'm just like, so all of this you're doing, it don't even mean anything. You still prefer the idea of just being with someone that you can kind of
Because
build.
it's empty. Because at some point, and this is what man don't realize, is that your testosterone is being used against you. Sex can become an addiction. It's no different to alcohol or anything like that, where you get in diminishing returns because what you're really enjoying is the fleeting moment. It is. And losing bare minerals. But there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, it's true.
But all you're doing is spreading boredom and debauchery. Because you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't want to be in a society, where you can just run around and banging bare women, but then say you want a wife. Because guess what? When you're doing that and he's doing that and he's doing that and he's doing that, all you end up with is a bunch of whores. And no one gets wives.
So that's the shit. Fresh and Fit and them guys who be like, yeah, we get all the bitches. Oh, but women are hoes. You're feeding it.
Man,
You're the problem.
he was teaching that before you get a wife, you need to have sex with 50 women.
And he ain't never.
Now,
He ain't never.
Yeah, for him.
50 shades of men. Yeah. But the thing is about that, so then, and this is the problem with the manosphere. Yes, according to the law, you can do with more than one woman. But lacking sexual discipline is not okay, even if you're a man. Because if you want to live in a society of no sexual discipline where you can just go around and bang women like randomly all over the place, that is a sexual revolution. That what you're talking about is a sexual revolution, and it's just the other side of the same coin. Because now you got nothing but debauchery going around.
No responsibility.
There's no responsibility, no discipline, and then all you're gonna get is everyone sharing the same women. Because that's the only way that every man can have 50 women. There's not the amount of women on the earth is not 50 to 1. So every man can't have 50 women to themselves. It has to be that, oh, you got with this girl and then you drop her to get this one, you drop her to get this one, and anything. That's how it goes.
There's a thing in the ends where man, yo, bro, yeah, you used to deal with it. Yeah, bro, can I hit it? And my man, them in the ends, I'm like, yeah, bro.
I literally had a family friend ask me that about a chick I dealt with when I was
But that's the only way.
10. I'm like, nigga, why?
Yeah.
I told her like 12 years ago.
That's
like,
the only way. So a lot of things what they don't tell people is
that nigga, man.
in order to get things back the way they are, it's not just the women that have to become disciplined.
Yeah.
It's also the men. Because you can't be wanting to live in a whore fest but not want whores.
Yeah.
The two things have to.
And that's what these men really want. They want the whores.
They want the whores.
Yeah.
They want to go out on a Friday night and have access to bare women, different women every night. But the only way that can happen is if you got bare hoes. This is how it is. If you want a club full of hoes, where they gonna come from?
Yeah.
So if you want unlimited punani for everyone, then this is how it goes, bro. Otherwise, certain men have to stay at home and just chill and wait to get a wife. This is how the game goes, man. But man don't realize that America and the way the society is, it's just debauchery. That's what it is.
The mother of harlots and abominations.
And it sets everyone up in that mindset. Is everyone thinks they're King Solomon. But King Solomon had 1,000 wives. No, but you're not King Solomon.
But why?
And you work in
He was
McDonald's.
duty bound too.
Exactly.
To the car.
Yeah, why he built them palaces.
But you work in McDonald's.
It's happening, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that you're trying to have 1,000 wives. What it is that you're sexually, your lust it's got you going.
Yeah.
So that's why in a society, and we broke it down before, and this is we're so sexualized in society that it's never enough.
Yeah.
Nothing could ever be enough for you in this society. Just it's diminishing returns. The more women you bang, the less it means to you. The more you have to bang because it's not going to feel the same. It's not. How many women you think you're gonna bang, bro? You're gonna keep banging this out. Oh, this is long, but then you're gonna need more to get that feeling because it's like, what are we doing here? And most men that are like that, they will tell you that themselves. Like after a while, it's just like it's like going to the club every night. It's just like it fades, man. The dopamine hit starts dropping. You know, it's a sick society, man. But this is what it's done to us. We grew up like it, man.
John,
Bro, when we was in school, we were just trying to hit something. We weren't trying to get a wife. You know how many gal man hit in school and then just she was onto you. Do you remember? She was clingy. She clingy. Yeah, because you didn't really want no.
I don't play football.
Think about even that phrase. It's like, hey, you fucked her, she's supposed to be clean. You fucked the chick and she's nonchalant.
But you don't understand that. Like, I'm just trying to do my thing here.
Trying to get some punani.
Exactly.
But now
It never happened.
now it's cooked. Now she's cooked. She's on the long road of boredom now. That's reality, bro.
The carousel, man.
You know, because Osman was just thirsty. And the reason we were so thirsty is really because of the media. You're sitting there watching Tip Drill and all this shit, man. It just it got you. And I remember one time, I was in the yard one time, and I thought I was in a music video, bro. Man's have got bandanas on coming through with the bottles and all this shit, this gal. And I'm like, bro, like, we're kind of like,
That video was crazy.
we're kind of like living like we're kind of living like we're in a music video, but where did you get that from? You got that from the music video. You're trying to be like what you see in the video. You know?
The thing is, it doesn't have to be that way. And the proof of that, one of the guys that I know, he frequents China a lot. And he was basically saying how in China you'll get certain chicks where they'll be like 18, 19, in their 20s or whatever, but it's like that energy's not even around them. So it's like you're seeing them, and then they're so unsexualized that you wouldn't even realize it's a 20-something-year-old woman. You see what I'm saying? But that's because they ain't exposed to the same kind of media that you are exposed to in the West.
We're totally fucked.
Yeah.
We're like the
Triggered all
testosterone
the time.
is against you, man, in this society, and that's why you cannot be happy. You cannot be content in this society unless you got extreme spiritual powers. It's words of fact. You need to be. The scripture says, "Mortify your members," but it's in America. It's easier if you're somewhere in a village somewhere. You know what I mean? There's just goats everywhere and shit. But yeah, you can walk, but you're in
Not
fucking.
Esau.
Could be married. You know what? It's really
Yeah, but that's why the monks lived in the monastery and that, and they weren't burning every day. Oh, and they don't give a fuck, like, because
They're like kicking them in the nuts, bro.
Oh man.
bro, right now we're burning like it is missiles. Man. I know on Instagram just charged.
all day.
Colossians 3, I'm sorry, from 3, it says, for ye are dead, 2, it says, set your affection on things above, not on the things on the earth.
Carnal.
It's hard, man. Oh, it's true. It's hard. That all sounds easy to do if you're in some little village somewhere with no TV and no Instagram. But if you're in the West, yeah, bro, it's hard. Everywhere you look, there's sexualization everywhere, breast everywhere. Like you try to buy a burger, there's breast there. You turn on Twitter, like YouTube, you watch a music video, the music itself, the music is talking about banging, like and it could be open, you know, bring the pussy, man, you know what I'm saying? Bro, the whole song is basically a porno, blood. It's soft porn. Bro, it's true. It used to be back in the day, right? If they made a sexual song, yeah, it was all innuendo.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, or yeah. Now it's straight up, put the penis in the vagina, move it backward, you know? The lyrics ain't leaving up to no. It's just
Got a song called WAP.
yeah. It's crazy, bro. Hey, bro, this society's cooked. But that's the carnal, and it feeds the carnal, man. You know, it feeds the lust.
It's just satanic. Like, man, like, the lust is supposed to be had in perspective, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so everything at the time.
Exactly.
Balance, like.
But in this society, it's 24/7, boy.
Man, it's like he's bloody leggings, man. He's jeggings.
Oh,
like,
it killed the game. It killed the
Him
game.
sharp.
The
In his
yoga
fucking-
pants killed
yoga
everything.
pants, yeah, no.
Killed it.
That's outward apparel now. It's not even like an undergarment or nothing. It's just it's the outfit.
Exactly.
Here it is. You
Butt
just gotta-
clenches and everything, bro. That's,
Bro, it'd
everything
be like
tight.
exactly.
I'm sweating, blood.
Leave it up. Forehead.
Bro, you can't focus on that.
For ye are dead, and your life is hid, with a Mashiach in power, in Mosiah. When a Mashiach, who is your life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
Right. So when you come into this truth, yeah, you have to fight all that. And it is a massive fight. And a lot of guys, we've known guys that they couldn't resist the gal thing. And they got kicked out of the truth because they become some huge distraction. And Satan will use it against you, man. Sometimes the best thing is to just lock yourself in a room and just have them Bibles out there. And you'll feel better. Detox, if you find yourself becoming a sex addict, yeah, find a way to detox. It'll clear your mind. Your mind should not be cluttered with thoughts of vagina all the time. It's not the way to be. And it's not really conducive to being in this truth because it keeps you in a carnal, beastly state of mind. When a man ain't supposed to really be like that. You know, this is Esau's doing. This is part of his design, man.
It's like I remember you were saying, I think last 2 camps, the testosterone is supposed to help you focus.
Yeah,
Lock
yeah.
in.
Bro, testosterone is the reason you can flip and get a ball and just practice your passing by hitting against a wall
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Thousands times. Like,
Bro, man used to be that.
Yeah, Woozy,
Straight into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Bro, man's there for hours, bro. Yeah, that's that young testosterone.
reaction. Do.
Now, if you Instagram now, you can't do that for 2 hours. Man, like loud up, like, oh yeah, the things, fam. And then now you find that most boys, their main thing they're actually doing is trying to get girls. They won't be in the park up against the wall training or doing anything because their mind now is so geared towards and they got bare testosterone. So it's just like, yeah, sex. Instead of like, oh, let me focus on this, let me focus on studying. They can't, bro. There's vagina. The teacher's got a tongue out, blood. It's crazy.
But
You know what I'm
when
saying?
you be on the apps and then you'll be like, you're a teacher. Like on the apps and that you see that like, you teach children.
Bro, you're cooked. You're cooked. So they've taken away something which the Lord has put in balance for us to have as a tool, which actually, yeah, testosterone does give you a sex drive, but at the same time, when it's not activated that way, it gives you the drive to work, the drive to study, the drive to be focused, the drive to be able to sit there and build a house or do that and focus on doing what you're doing all day. That's something that men have the ability to do. Women are not good at that. Women are not good. Women can work and they can multitask, but women are not good at just 5 days in a row going and doing the same thing because I need to build this house.
Yeah.
A man are at work, she's talking to you about something, you're like, oh, look, man, I'm just trying to think about them angles. You're focused. Like,
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny. Men are naturally just single-minded, and women naturally multitask. That's the thing. They're cooking the baby. Like, a man, like, that's why I was making a joke, man. Back in the day, man, I used to work at Costa, remember? Like, when we used to work at the same workplace. And, like, me, I was just like a funky dude on the machine. But then they got a girl, and she's all like, she knows what she's done.
they can do that. But they find it hard to focus on one thing and really get into it. That's just look at them in the gym. Women in the gym is like, and then you watch them, and then they got to go on their phone for bare long. And it's like, especially when they're with their friends, and they're talking to their friend for like 15 minutes. Whereas we go to the gym, is like, come on. It's called a concentration curve for a reason. The pump. And then man, get up and like, on to the next one. Bro, that's because testosterone allows you to do that. And then you get vexed when you're in the gym and a gal's there. Because all of a sudden you get thrown up. You get me? And it's like, oh, my flow ain't there like how it's supposed to be. Because she's not, because the blood flow. That's true. Them old school gyms, them man were getting tongue. It's just men. There's no sex in there. So it's just pure focus. And it's just men are just becoming beasts, bro.
You know what? I think it was there's a good like old school bodybuilder called Vince G Ronda, innit? He's the one that helped like guys like Arnold in his time, like really cut and define. But anyway, he used to have a gym where proper where if a man brings his woman, he'd get pissed off. Like, don't even bring a woman. Like,
no, because it's a distraction. Anything a men want to do serious, they do better when they're on their own. And there's a reason for that. Because once there's no women involved and no panani around, man can just focus. And the focus is scary. Bro, man, when men get focused, it's a fucking serious thing. It could be anything. It could be football. Man are serious, man. Man are there like crashing into each other, killing each other in training on a mad focus thing. The military, the trainings. Like, think of most things that men do. If group of men get together that are testosteroned out and put their mind to something, bro, shit gets done. You hear me, bro?
Remember them Cuban boxing camps?
Yeah.
They'll take the young boys, and they just take them to the camps and just focus on boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing. And by the time...
And how hard is that to do? Think of it like how hard it is to do a 6-week training camp and getting up and doing them things, them tedious things. It's hard to do. You need that testosterone to make it where I'm just, I'm on it. But these youths can't even do that now. They struggle to do tedious things. Why? Testosterone's low and they're too sexualized. They can't focus on nothing. You know? But it's the world Esau's created, man. It's fucked man up.
Quick precept. So Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, so in that time period when you're a teenage boy, when you're meant to be like springboarding yourself through life, you're just all distracted and fucked up now. So you're not really building yourself into anything but a little Casanova. That's when you're meant to be studying the most. That's when you're meant to be learning something and learning a skill, which takes what? Time and focus and concentration. Now, what are they really doing? These young men are just on Instagram staring at booty. They're fucked. They can't learn no skill.
Just the act.
And I don't blame them, because if I was their age, that's what I would be doing too. Yeah. Scrolling them, because their biology's getting hijacked, man.
Yeah, but yeah, on two hands, because it's like that scrolling is addictive. Like it's doom scrolling, it's hijacking.
And the algorithm knows.
Yeah.
The algorithm knows, man. Oh, there's a male. It's cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked, man.
Yeah.
Man's trying to learn a different language. Boom, booty pops up.
Well, this is why I know Instagram was what you, but now I see they update the setting where you can check if you want stuff on just like fasted or
That's what you
do.
do.
It comes up. All you get is the content that you want.
Yeah.
You go.
Be too random.
You see
man.
them guys, yeah, that spend a lot of time outside of all this shit, disconnected from all the crap. They're more manly. They're man, because sometimes a man just needs to be in the woods, no gal, no nothing, and just think. It's the most clarity you'll ever have. The least sexualized you are, and that's where when you fast, you get into that mode. When you fast, you get into that mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, that mode is a different thing. You go out in that wilderness, bro, and there's none of that panani. All of a sudden, everything start opening up. You're like, oh, like, yeah. And you start saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, shit, I can do that. Bro, the focus is different. It's different. You got the zinc.
Magnesium.
Bro, it's true, man. I'm telling you, man. Gotta close up.
Yeah.
Colossians 3 and 5. Mortify therefore your members.
See, mortify your member. And it's not just sex. It's a lot of different things. There's a lot of stuff out here, like food even. When you eat too much food, it throws you off. I feel bad sometimes after I've ate, man, but I get sad. You know what I mean? And I eat, man, but it don't really help you.
Yeah.
Eating too much food and being too full actually fucks your mental state up.
Yeah, because your blood flow is focused on digestion of food.
It fucks your clarity.
That's why you naturally have to fast. Because just have to fast, you have to have a period of feasting and famine.
And sometimes that's when you do your best thinking.
Yeah, you do.
When you're just slightly hungry, but you're not hungry, you know what I mean? You just,
Well, even like a lot of what's that ancient sage, man? No, don't go with the herb. Hypocrisy. Right. One thing you used to do is make his students fast before study. Like a lot of them ancient kind of sages, those soldiers would actually have their students fast before they came to class.
And put in a state of focus.
Yeah. Because even naturally, obviously, they didn't have to turn back then. But let's say when your body gets when your blood sugar is stabilized, focus. That's why, like, remember school.
Yeah.
You have break time and you have your
pull them up with sugar. I was just gonna talk about. You fill these kids up with sugar, they spot.
And come back to class and crash. Do you remember towards the end of school, everyone used to have the crash? Like your last lesson at like 2:30, you're just by the window, like you know what I mean? Because of that.
So man went to the ice cream van and bought 2 Galaxy bars.
Dropping in the class.
Yeah, it's true. And that, again, who did it? They were filling the kids full of sugar. Yeah. So it's just, man. That's what I'm saying. Mortify your members. It's all about learning that these things that we can enjoy in life, it's natural to enjoy them. But there's a point where you have to control your lust, because those lusts can be used against you once they become out of balance. It's just like alcohol. Alcohol can, it's good to drink some wine, you know, but bro, you can abuse it, man, and then you feel bad.
Fuck it, man.
Yeah. Clarity is not
give
right
you information. It's your body's. But when you have alcohol, your body excretes the B vitamins. Because that's linked to a lot of mental health and your nervous system. So you're fucking up your nervous system. Constant drinking, if you don't have it in order, in a temporal manner.
And worse than that is a lot of people. So I remember watching one guy, and he was basically going into the calories of a night out. And it's like the worst thing is, after you drink, most people eat. The things what they eat ain't good. So it's like one night out might cost you 8,000 calories.
And as well,
you feel shitty the next day.
And naturally, because your body alcohol is treated as in your body as a poison. So let's say you're someone that's trying to lose weight, even if you don't have that much alcohol, your body will pause fat burning to deal with the alcohol first. Your liver is like, bro, I ain't got time to process. Let me process the mandarin like this emergency in my body with the alcohol and get it out, and then it will go back into the fat burning. So maybe there's some brothers that may be struggling with their weight, but you're drinking every day. That's something to think about.
I've been guilty of that.
Me, I've done that before. So
That's
I mean,
why this is all part of it. Becoming higher spiritual beings, meaning having more power over your lusts, man, and the things you desire. And this society is all about feeding it, feeding the monster, bro.
One last point. That's a good point. When you think about anything in life that comes with an element of progress, you need focus and discipline. Whether it's a farming, whether it's your diet, whether it's you want to read books, you want to study, bro, you need discipline and focus to do anything, and you have to be restricted. You can't talk about I want to cut down, but then it's like you're smacking bare donuts every 9 minutes. You know what I mean?
Sugar.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got one scripture before we close up, right? It's from Proverbs 25, verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
And that's what this society is literally geared towards that. Social media and the algorithms is all geared towards feeding the flesh, instigating desires, and just have you chasing these desires, man, until those desires destroy yourself. And like I said, the desire itself isn't evil. The desire for punani is not evil.
Yeah.
The desire for good food isn't evil. The desire for alcohol is not evil. But it becomes evil because they push it on you, and now it's all out of balance. And especially when it becomes a crutch for your sadness.
Yeah.
But when it becomes an escapism, now you're totally cooked. And this society, a lot of people are stuck in escapism. Their life's fucked. So this is the escapism. Oh, my life's fucked, so I'm gonna try and think that if I have sex with as many women as possible, that will make me feel better. Or I'm gonna drink as much as possible. Or all of the above, or eat. And that's how you get obese. Because you're eating your sorrow. A lot of time, man are eating their sorrows. A lot of gal eat their sorrows. That's why they're fat. They're comfort eating. I'm guilty of that to a degree. You know what I mean? Like the comfort
and then we
eating.
get mad that we're overweight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you're back sad again because the cycle continues. Like fat bastard, isn't it? Fat bastard. I eat because I'm sad. I'm sad because I eat.
Oh, that's a real thing. It's a real thing because the dopamine hit that comes with the expectation of the food and then the eating of it.
I can't lie, man. Like, when you feel, bro, like a flapjack. Get it,
That's a flapjack and get it.
Brother done it with me.
Incrimination.
Yeah, what, you think I don't make you out?
Bro, and then the society turns something that's supposed to be a treat into something you always have to have. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like the brother said, we broke it down. Even with sex, too much sex makes you mentally ill. We weren't designed to have sex every day, all day. Like, that's insane. You think that way because you're thirsty. But the reality is that, you start running out of juice.
You know how you feel after the first month, bro. It's like, I couldn't care anymore.
But everyone likes to have that good run, so it's good to have a good 2 days. Yeah. But 7 days in a row, man, that's 6 for 6.
That sounds like work.
Stop blinking, bro.
All you're thinking.
Start having like
it don't hit the same. Start getting numb. You know what I mean? That's because like anything, if you overdo it, you're gonna get diminishing returns, and it's not the way it's meant to go. You know what I'm saying? So everything in its balance, man, and having discipline is the way to go. And that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man. Life is gonna go back to being balanced, man, rather than everything just overdone. BBL. Everything's BBL. Everyone likes a nice booty, but why is it gotta be a BBL?
BBO'd off, like.
That has to get freaked off.
Because the King's
Freak ass.
Yeah? Bitch got a booty the size of a hippopotamus. Like, why?
That's why it's good when that bitch got over. No, bro.
Yeah, like,
It was so
looks dope.
funny seeing a corpse. It's an ass. Funny. I made me laugh.
The customers just
You know?
bounced off.
The customer stopped there. The customer just had a.
Airbags and things.
But that's that ancient world thing, man. That is all it is. But they don't even talk about that no more.
Yeah.
Like, body was all cramped, but the beat was still intact.
Might have been one of them salary sacrifices. Yeah, let's wrap up.
Metal
Man.
BBL.
You got anything else? We wrap up, man. We go from the top. Got anything?
I was able to finish.
Okay, you finished.
No,
Okay,
go.
Yeah.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication and greenness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and the covetousness which is adultery.
Come on, this society designed to make you covetous. Social media is designed to make you look and see and want, desire, man. So you gotta control all that. Sometimes you gotta detox, bro. Detox of the and go on a walk, man. Go to the park. You see the elders going for a hike, bro. You don't know how beneficial that is to just be away from all Esau's. Because when you go in the woods, there ain't no demons there. When you go in the woods, it's just nature, bro, and it actually help to cleanse your mind, bro.
Yeah. And sometimes doing so without any devices.
Yeah.
Because I always remember hearing one woman, she was like, yo, I forgot my headphones before a 2-hour walk. And then like I got scared. I was like, right, you couldn't be in your own thoughts for 2 hours. That's not right. You should you should be able to, just like actually just be out there, hear the birds tweet,
Take life at the right speed.
Yeah.
That's listening to rants and that. Anyway. Alright, so with that, this is our call. Honor to the apostles and elders, great millstones. On the highways.